All right, we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CMSA, it's eSports Recreational League of Legends League. It's been so long. How is everybody? My name is Chromacaster. I will be one of your shoutcasters for this season. But for this season, we're also going to have Sam VC. Everyone, welcome Sam VC. How are you, Sam?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be with you on the broadcast. I know it's been so much fun to cast some of the end of the year invitationals and special tournaments that we've had. So it's great to be with you all season as we cast this week by week. I'm excited.
Yeah, I hadn't seen you on camera or anything until I saw you at the invitationals. I was like, oh my gosh, he's like so professional with this. He's so clean. He's wearing his nice bow tie.
Yeah, I missed it one night and there was some outcry that why I wasn't wearing it. So now I feel like I'm locked in.
Right, how dare you? It's part of the branding now.
every week.
All right, let's go ahead and check the chat here, see what's been going on since we were doing announcements there. Let's see, announcements were going on. Dumpster Twink, hello. Extra announcements this week because it was the first week. Thank you for following Will Savangsa. Mithra says, who are we following this week? This week we are following the Pearl League. We're going to be following Jaybird specifically. He's going to be the designated drafter for, I believe it's Orange Otters. Yeah, he's going to be the Orange Otters this week. Let's see. We also got Jogan said, yay, starting soon. Pearl. Dr. Fox says, eSports. Sports.
Esports.
Coalition of the Moon says, eek, so happy I have something to do on Tuesdays. I do nothing with my life. Preach, same girly. Like, this is life on Tuesday. There's nothing else more important than this. This is all I ever want to do on Tuesdays. Let's see. John Bot says, let's go, Sam VC and Chromacaster. Yes. Red Striker says, we can still buy tickets on Twitch, but can't use them, by the way. Yes, you can still buy the tickets. Do not buy the tickets. You can only get your tickets by going 0 and 3 in a week. So next week, you guys will get tickets if you did go 0 and 3 this week. Save those points because there will be some giveaways like this in the announcements. So don't spend them. You'll start seeing those come around in February. You can start spending them there. Hype Train, thank you. Let's see what else is going on here. We've got Jogan saying, save your points. Yeah, save your points. This is ironic that the highlight costs points. From Benjamin Highlife. Now live. Holy crap, so many tier subs coming through.
All right.
Yeah, no kidding. Lane the Pain did a gifted sub to Hero I'm a Banana and Moms Are Tough, Kitty Cypher Meow, Pacific Nutria, and Nitro. Thank you so much, Lane the Pain. Jeez, that's a whole lot of stuff. Let's see. Looking. Tiltery says he loves the bow tie. I'm telling you, it's iconic.
Thank you. I've got some Erlenmeyer flasks on there, some things from off the periodic table. Whip up some science and magic. Maybe we'll see Victor tonight as a tribute.
I wish I had like a thing to kind of just zoom in on your face. We can kind of see the bow tie like up close. Okay, let's see. We're waiting for an invite from Jaybird. I'm assuming they're getting in there right now. You said you were looking at Jaybird's op.gg. What did you find about Jaybird specific?
I was just looking through, seeing some of his Ziggs Morgana games that he'd had in the tank. Lots of seeing what role he played, lots of mid. So I'm excited to see what he breaks out here in week number 1, and also like our last week of mythic items and so many big changes coming. So have a whole year to practice.
Like I was saying, I'm probably not going to learn any of these items. I'm going to watch a video tomorrow, get a very brief idea, and then for the rest of the season, you're going to have to tell me exactly why people are buying these items, because I'm not going to have any idea why they're doing it.
You, me, and everyone else in the league. So I cannot wait for next week. This week's going to be awesome as week 1, and everyone just with the hype that's there and the new league. But then next week is going to be utter chaos. I can't wait with all the new builds and things.
Teacher outside of the gaming world and teacher in the gaming world. See, Latin the Pain says some heart emojis. Is that a fox or a dog? I can't really tell. Eat Bonnie Me says hi Eat Bonnie Me.
Hello, Eat Bonnie Me.
And they just subscribed for 4 months in a row. Thank you, Eat Bonnie. I'm very glad that I get all of my subscriptions from, I think it was Is it Gunny that keeps giving me the free ones? I can't remember. He's like, you're not watching commercials. I'm like, thank you. I don't want to watch commercials. Ruben says, where's the other caster? There's two of us right here. I can see us both. We don't have a third one today. We could potentially have third ones throughout the season. We're probably not going to have like a third camera just so we have some extra space for the game, but we may have a third one come in just as voice as well. So look out for that in the future as well. And if you would like to shoutcast with us, go ahead and send me a message on Discord, send me a message on League. If you're genuinely interested in being part of the shoutcast, I am very happy to like incorporate you guys. He says, I only see one caster. Are you saying because of my name, or are you just trolling me? Because I see him, I swear. It's my friend Ruben, so I know he's probably trolling me. Let's see.
But to piggyback off what you just said, seriously, this whole stream is put... the purpose of this is for the community. I mean, that's why we do this. And so if you're interested at all in trying your hand at streaming or co-casting or shoutcasting or whatever, please reach out. We'd love to try to coordinate something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's super exciting listening to the same two people's voices throughout the season, but I'm sure it's even more exciting to add like a third person's perspective and their ideas and how they act on camera and all that kind of fun stuff. He was trolling me. He put caster in quotations because my second part of my name is caster. Thanks, Blaine, for giving me a heart attack. I really appreciate you. Lane the Pain says, took me a bit, but I got it. LOL. It took me a bit too. It's so the first match is Orange Otters, which is Jaybird's team. On Jaybird's team, we've got Jaybird, Cassandra, Mowins, Oliver, and Spriggan9. I've seen Jaybird, Mowins, and Spriggan. I don't think I've seen Cassandra or Oliver play yet. I know Spriggan has been a beast in the top lane, so I'm wondering if he's still queued top lane this season. I specifically remember him playing a Nefiri game last season where he was up against Alawi, and I was like, this poor Alawi is just getting trashed by this Nefiri, and it was just unfair to watch.
I think I remember seeing that matchup and thinking like that's when I learned how a well-played Neferi can really take it to an Alawi. That was really, really great play.
His macros, as far as like how he was like moving side to side and just barely like dodging every single one of the abilities coming out of her, I was like, is he supposed to be in this league? It seems like he's like more like diamond level play, but maybe it's just because he's doing really well in this lane. Who knows? He did get MVP, I think, for most of his games last season, so I know he's a pretty solid player. Orange Otters is going up against Nyla's Naughties for the first match. Nyla's Naughties is going to be Drafter Kung Pao, Austin, Dinky Evergreen, Isolated Melon, and Mithra. Got the lobby invite. They just have to jump over into spectator mode for me so I can jump in there. Let me in! Let me in! Bird, move to spectate, please. And the stream just gets to hear me like push the accept button over and over again. There we go. Jump to spectate. We'll jump back in there. Okay, it looks like we do have a couple subs as well. So on Orange Otters, it's actually going to be Disc 100, Spriggan9, Mowins, and Number One Lamb. So we got Disc 100 as a sub, and I think, and Number One Lamb and Disc 100. Their like names are moving around, so I'm like, what's happening? And then on Nyla's Knives, we got a couple subs as well. So we still have Kung Pao. We've got Austin, aka Dumpster Twink. Mithra's still in there. Dinky's still in there. Looks like Queen of Despair is subbing in for Isolated Melon. Have you played with any of these guys before?
I have. This team is loaded. I've played with a lot of these guys, so it's gonna be really great to see Kung Pao, Dumpster Twink, Mithra, Dinky Evergreen, Queen of Despair. I've not seen play or played with, but the other four members I've either had the pleasure of casting their games or playing with them as a sub. So this is I'm excited to see them play. Mithra's very talented. He's got a deep pool out of the mid lane. So there's so many options there. Always exciting. Dinky with the pike potential. Always almost forced to ban there. But when it gets through, it is so electric to watch. So excited for both these teams.
I feel bad for the enemy team already if Pyke does come through, mostly because I played a game earlier today where Pyke was on the enemy team, and we literally we were done at 15. Like, I sat in lane as Soraka, and every single time he threw a Q, it meant a double kill, and I was just so mad. I was like, this shouldn't be a champion, this shouldn't be allowed. I know I was just countered in lane, but if Pyke lands those things on a matchup where you just can't do anything, you're basically not playing League of Legends anymore. You're just feeding, and that's what it felt like I was doing. So I hope that Pyke is banned so that everyone's mental is okay. But that might not be the case. Mithra says, hold please. Jaybird says, are we ready? Let's see. Highlight says choo choo. Lane also says choo choo. All aboard. All aboard the hype train. Now everyone's flipping tables in the chat. Flip. I do that all the time in real life. I'll be at work and I'm just like stressed. I'd be like, huh! Like I'm throwing something. I'm an IRL meme. Say thank you for your patience. Flipping more tables. It's really like when I'm looking at this, I see a lot of like unranked and iron and bronze when I know that a lot of people like were actually higher than this last time I checked. But I never really depend on like this whole screen here because it's almost never correct, it feels like.
Yeah, even clicking on the op.gg is tough with just kind of being in preseason. It's deceptive, people's ranks.
Right, and you got some people who where it says they're iron, but they play like they're freaking diamond. All right, so we've got a Kled ban so far, an Orianna ban. So we're looking for a Pyke ban on the red side, most likely.
Would not be surprised to see that. Definitely Orianna targeted at Mithra, who can play, but has such a deep pool of control mages. So it's going to be difficult to ban him out.
Ban. Trundle ban. I love seeing a Trundle ban mostly because I feel like I never see Trundle in my games almost ever, but when I'm watching the CMSA leagues, Trundle is almost in every game, either as a top lane or as a jungler, and basically anytime he's played, he does super well. His split push potential is just too good. You have to send 3 people for him basically anytime. Not the Malzahar ban.
It's interesting how the meta in the CMSA league kind of evolved sometimes. Like you see certain champs, especially Trundle, that's like very popular. I know Illaoi, super popular in the top lane throughout the league. I'm not sure if either of these top laners play any Illaoi though.
That's another one. I see Illaoi all the time.
One towards Mithra.
Okay, so we got a Seraphine pick. Yes, representation. Seraphine and Alistar. First pick supports. Interesting. Okay. So many emotes coming through the chat right now. Hi, Latimer. Happy birthday, Latimer. Everyone say happy birthday, Latimer. Through next. So we're going to wait to the very last second. Oh no, remake? Nope, Ash picked last second. No remakes. Wizarino says, shout out to my Oryx Poo, please. Shout out Oryx Poo. I just love saying Oryx Poo. Nico! Okay, now I need
okay.
I need Briar. I need Briar and Nico in the same game because the troll is just so fun. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Lad says thank you. Let's see, how old are you, Latimer? I'm just kidding, you don't have to tell us.
We'll have to have our like play the game sponsored by
oh yeah, that's right, the sponsors. I forgot about our sponsors, our specific Latimer birthday sponsors.
Yes, we'll make sure.
Thank you, it's BeamMan11 for subscribing for 3 months in a row. We've got a Zyra pick and a Lux pick. Some iconic LGBTQ representation here with Seraphine, Lux, Zyra. Like, give us the girlies.
They really are. Like they've got some of the big 3 here. I'd love to see a whole team comp with just the queens of the Rift.
Seriously. They banned out Diana, so we're not going to see a Leona Diana game. bringing out the Kindred, bringing out the Nocturne. But looking at this, it looks like it's going to be a Zyra in the mid lane, which I haven't seen in actually a really long time.
You know, you're right. Or Zyra jungle, who has one of the fastest jungle clears in the game and continues to kind of grow in popularity. So it could be a flex there as well.
Zyra in the jungle.
And pretty easy to pilot actually, because the has a relatively high HP clear with her plants just doing all the tanking.
Interesting. I haven't seen it happen. I believe you, because I mean they keep throwing in all these random junglers. Like they'll have like Morgana jungle, Zed jungle, Zyra, Brand.
Crazy.
Seriously, like I like that they're adding more diversity to the jungle, because the jungle is definitely a lane where it's not ideal for most people. Like the jungle is a very different game that you're playing, so it's a very specific role. So I like that they're taking people's like preferred champions and shoving them into the jungle, so they're able to play them in. Are they ideal? Not usually, but hey, they can do it.
Okay, not ideal until you see Brand at a 5-stack Dragon or Baron, and then you're very lucky to have him on your side.
Fair. Twizzerino says, I love my Orc Spare. Lane the Pain says, if you use the code on purchase, you get your next birthday free. What? Beauty says, I'm gay. Good for you, girl. Good for you.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we had some final bans come through. We had an Akshan and a Belvath ban. We've got Vi and Camille over on blue side, and then we've got Vigar. Where are these people going?
I was gonna say this is they're all locked in, and
Talia.
I don't see 80 carry here for them.
What?
So
Seraphine Lux bot lane, I'm assuming. Nico top.
I think that's right.
On the enemy team, it's got to be Ashe Alistar bot lane. I can't see Alistar going into solo lane, so
that
maybe
I
it's
think is correct.
Vigar or Zyra top, Talia jungle.
Very well could be. We're just not going to know for sure until we get into the game, and then the Orange Otters aren't going to know until after the first spells are fired, because they're not going to know where the heck Nico is until that happens.
Seriously, so be all around. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. I'm gonna make a poll here. Who do you think will win based on champion select? Say red side and blue side. And that'll be up for 2 minutes. So go ahead and cast your votes. Who do you think is going to win based off the team comp so far, Sam?
Gosh, so looking at this, I think whichever team can play to their strength is going to win this. You've got on the side of, it's Orange Otters versus. Anyway, side of the red side, you've got this Seraphine and Nico that can do so much. Like a good Seraphine ult is going to just take everything. You're gonna combo that with Nico, with Lux. You've got to be so careful moving around the rift if you're on the side of Orange Otters, because one skill shot and you're gonna get annihilated or locked down by on the opposing side. That said, you don't have an 80 carry, so you've got Ashe as an ADC, and then you've got Veigar. Both of those are going to outscale most of what their opponents can bring. So this is all about, can you take that early mid-game push from our 5 ladies on the top side of the map and actually convert that into a win before your opponents just outscale you. So I'm really hoping that we see fireworks, lots of dragon fights early on, and if they can play to that tempo of game, I think Dinky and on the side of our designated drafter Kung Pao are going to have a good chance at winning.
Yeah, see, when I'm looking at it, I feel the same way. I'm leaning towards red side, specifically because as far as controlling the fights go, the fact that they have the Camille and the Vi to really be the frontline, like scary damage dealers and crowd control, and just like they're so in your face, while their really only peel is going to be the Alistar. Like they have a couple abilities to like stun and kind of control it, but nothing to really protect them besides Alistar's knockback and knockup. So getting on top of them is going to be pretty easy for Camille and Vi because they're so like, let's just get in there, let's just kill them real quick. And then they have so much lockdown behind them with the Seraphine, the Neeko, the Lux, all the snares, all the like literally hold still and just die. So I'm leaning towards that. I think the only way that red side, I was leaning towards blue side. Red side, they're really, really dependent on the Alistar being a big boy. Like he just needs to be in the way so hard and catch so much CC for them to be able to pop off. So I feel like they have a lot less win conditions than our blue side does. But
they do outscale. So it's a matter of if they don't let them, if they just sit back and give away dragons, perhaps make sure they're keeping their farm numbers up and get to that point where, okay, we're in a late game team fight or win a fight that they're not supposed to be winning, it could be really hard for the blue side to regain control of that game. So they need to make sure that, yes, they're stronger in the mid game and the early game. They need to make sure that they're pushing that advantage and not making any misplays to give it up, because it's gonna be hard to get back if it goes late.
I could see that with the Veigar specifically, because they're going to be pretty easy to pop once he does start scaling. That is Talia in the jungle. Let's see. I knew Vi was going to be in the jungle. Alistar's got teleport. Zyra's got ignite. That might be a solo lane Alistar with the phase rush up top. It is Spriggan. So
it is a top lane Alistar, I believe.
Sweet Jesus.
Bringing out all the stops. We don't need to wait a week for the meta to shift. We're just doing it right now.
Yeah, screw it. Let's just do it now. Vibro says ADCs are for the straights. All right, let's go ahead and set this up here. We want to make sure the scoreboard is displayed. We want to see their chat. We don't need time controls. Go ahead and organize them to their proper lanes. At here, Veigar in the middle, Zyra support. She's mid. Wait, no, he's down there. Over here, like, where do Lux and Seraphine go? There we go.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Out, because we're looking like we're in professional esports. All right, now you guys need to invade. Invade. Just do it. They're spread out. Oh, he missed. No stacks. Let's make sure the music is off here. That over here. All the sound off.
All the sound is now off.
There we go.
It's just the sound of our voices.
That's all we need, right? Just us. Frost Queen Ash says Season 3 Cloud9 bot lane throwback.
Really? And they are all about that sustain here. They've got tons of mana between the two of them. It's going to be constant harass on both sides. Let's see, I hope that Neeko does something right away.
That is Ashe mid. What's that? That's Veigar Zyra bot lane.
I don't know what's happening.
What? What are we watching?
So, Ashe Alistar, they said, you know what? We drafted our bot lane early. You thought.
Sweet God.
Okay. I love it. All of the MR runes I hope we're taking in the bot lane here.
Seriously, Frost Queen Ash is like, well, never mind. We got a snare there on the Veigar. Yeah, that's Seraphine. I can't speak. What's her name? Neeko. Seraphine Neeko. Lockdown down there is gonna be pretty crazy against Veigar or Zyra. If they get double lockdown, it's basically gonna be insta burst. You're going down. But I guess you can say the same thing for Veigar and Zyra. Like, You get one snare, whack, get a whole bunch of stuff thrown at your face. Who will CC the hardest is the real question here. Not Alistar winning trades against Camille. Although Camille is pretty bad early game, so I expect her to kind of struggle at least at first. So once she's got 6, I think she's got these fights against Alistar, considering how much troop damage she can do. Alistar, yes, will get high resistances.
Yeah, with the true damage, I think for sure. You definitely want to see Alistar try to try to take advantage when he can early on, because yeah, there's not a huge window for that lane.
Basically a free health pot for her. Seraphine stuck in the baby cage there, and they've got a gank from Talia coming on the Camille. Camille's gonna get whacked down. First blood of the season.
Going to Talia.
Congratulations,
nice
Talia. Snares on snares on snares. She's gonna get stunned. Abilities are down. Got the first strike damage coming off.
They're playing with that bounce back wave well. I mean, all the trading paid off. They had a nice edge where they were comfortable going to be taking level 3 first against their opponents and just decided to lean all in. Definitely at the right time. Now you have a teleport since it's a mage in the bot lane, so it won't be as painful as it normally would be.
Seraphine teleport. Oh my goodness. Yeah, come back to lane, get stunned, take a bunch of burst damage. No big deal. Go down back to half health.
Yeah. Welcome back to lane. 50% HP. Wise to take it back here, though. Definitely their back timing, and they take it with Vi in the area.
Ashe taking some serious poke here in the mid lane. Once that Lux gets 6, that Ashe is kind of in danger. She doesn't have a whole lot to get out of that. If she catches a snare, she's done for.
Especially with dragon spawning here, you could look to do something if you're on the blue side.
If we're going in for a quick trade.
And it has a big wave advantage. So this is an opportunity here with HP levels to make sure Alistar can't get anything easy.
He is severely behind in farm right now. 11 to 28.
That's a lot to pick up. Hopefully he can CS this under the turret.
Doesn't need to farm CS, but he can just farm champions.
Always the greatest form of CS.
Exactly. All right, Talia is floating behind this Lux here.
Looking around.
Come on, you sneaky girl.
You know you're not spotted.
She's coming in on the Lux. You've got this. She's going in. Oh, she flashed Lux ult. She's gonna. Oh man, she's bobbing and juking, dodging and weaving, but she's going the wrong way. Vi's coming in there though. She might be able to help her out here. Lasered. Whack. Down goes Talia. There she goes. That was turned around so hard. Is Ashe gonna make it out?
Just disappeared for a moment in the brush and just started firing the laser, and Vi comes out mid laser. What a great. I thought it was a misplay clicking away from the tower, but instead clicking towards help, always good, and more in the top lane.
I was feeling the same way. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going the wrong way. She is so screwed here, but she was just taking her right over to Vi, and it's just like, here, let's just basically get a double kill here. We got a gank over on the cow here, but the cow might take her out with her. Run, girl, run! Don't let him auto. He's got his stun up, gonna be able to stun the Vi here. Ooh, he might be able to get a sneaky play. Cow going down, cow going down. He's trying to be sneaky. He's really, oh, he might get it. He's gonna get her. She stayed. Spriggan, you sneaky girl.
The cow dresses
Is he gonna get out of here? She doesn't have here. 6.
There's no way. Oh, what a madman to get away from this. And going for the dive. Oh, unbelievable.
Oh, she's gonna survive, but holy cow, Spriggan.
Well played.
Oh, Jesus.
Sneaky.
Thank you for following Takaloki. Thank you so much. Vibros is like, WTF. Oh my gosh. That's Spriggan for you. Every time. He's always got some crazy thing going on. Leah invading the blue side jungle here. Uh-oh, she caught the snare. Yep, full combo. Doesn't quite go down. One auto, though, should be pretty close to death. Tiger inching closer.
Down. Yeah, they're a couple autos or a spell away. I don't know if there's anything that really
Oh, I don't think it's gonna reach.
Oh.
Not quite. Part this out. Lux is looking here. She can get a sneaky snare off on that Ashe. She might get this. Moo. Can't milk those.
#1 Lamb in the area, just getting some wards down. It looks like perhaps this red side's gonna go.
Here comes the
here's
Vi,
a fight
all
going
thing on her,
though.
locking her down. Talia goes down. She can't move the entire time. That's gonna be a dragon for blue side.
And that's the quick pick you're looking for if you're on the blue side here, because as soon as one CC lands or falls, you have so much bursts to follow up. You've got to be so scared if you're on the red side here, keep checking in. And they did a good job of establishing vision first, bringing up #1 Lamb on Zyra to kind of make sure they had full control, and just met at the wrong time.
Mythra just hanging out up here. She's like, I'm not pushing. We're just holding the minions here. We're not letting that cow farm. Lad says, must have been practicing those jukes. One day I decided to wear shorts instead of wearing pants. Now I'm freezing my legs off. Right, they're kind of surrounding Dumpster Twink here. And the minion. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. She's gonna get the ult off, but she's getting exploded. Just one more auto. She's gonna get out. That clone saved her.
You're feeling
going
so
into the
good
cow
about
here.
that, committing the Ashe ult and everything, and then I think that. Yeah,
Uh-oh, Seraphine's in danger here.
Definitely danger. Flashing away.
Oh, she's gonna dodge basically all the abilities and she's gonna get out scot-free. Moo. Man, 40 CS behind up in the top lane. Camille is not being generous either, and like holding the farm all the way back as long as she can and just collecting what she can. I'm telling him, you can just sit there. You can just wait.
Yeah, and using Sheen really well, just going for those quick trades. Oh, here's the dive, but a TP coming in to answer.
Oh, Ashe goes down in the mid lane. Quick pop. They are giving no mercy under this tower over here. They got no minions to help them right now.
They don't know where Kung Pao is, but Kung Pao's not anywhere close to helping. But it looks like they're not willing to fully commit to this. This would be the wave to do it on, though, especially now that they know Rift Herald's gone, burning everything on Dis to try to make a 1-for-1 happen.
Yeah, now they got minions there. They're done for. No way they get out of that one. Smack. All the stacks for Vigar. Rift Herald knocking down that mid turret. Don't think they're quite going to get it, but they got a few plates there.
A lot of plates. Definitely the right call to finally fully commit to that dive once you see them in the... Once you see Vi committing Rift Herald to the mid lane, to say, okay, we know no one's coming, let's get this easy dive, and it was well played.
Oh, gonna go straight on that Talia. Laser, down she goes.
They're just trying to get wards down, and as soon as they move in a little too far, you
no
gotta take a
vision
ward,
ever.
the ladies are just brutal here. You have to bring a buddy.
Yeah, seriously, like I was saying, and like when we were looking at the matchup here, blue side just has so much, like, just get in your face with the Vi and the Camille. Like, they're gonna be on top of you. There's no stopping them besides that Alistar. And then once they're on top of you, you're basically held still for the other 3 champions who have hold you still abilities, so you're not moving. I love a good hold you still comp. Probably my favorite kind of comp.
Mythics are starting to come out now. Already 2 of the Luden Echoes here on the red side, on 2 of the casters, and the Divine Sunder on the Vi. they can definitely get through that Alistar.
She's coming up here for the Camille. I don't think she's used her jump yet, though. She's safe. She's gonna walk right out of there. I don't remember how to switch the screen to check the goals. Do you happen to know how to do that?
I do not.
I'll have to look that up later. Oh, here comes the hold you still.
Here is the correct term and the bot lane at the same time.
All the fights everywhere. Oh, Dinky gonna get locked down again. Seriously, just don't move, girl. That's not how this works. The cow's getting knocked around. Sweet God, the CC is real.
It is the cease and desist comp for sure. You do not get to move.
Mm-hmm.
But with all that said, like, yeah, the picks are happening on the top side, but then they're going the opposite way on the bot side of the map. So the gold bang even through here, which does kind of favor the red side. They want this longer game. Only one dragon has been picked up, and Veigar, is there a way to see the stacks that he's gotten?
Yes, we click him. He's at 109.
Unopposed, and Dumpster Twink might be yet another stack for
Back to the Dumpster Twink.
Jaybird knows he's the designated drafter, but we've got someone coming in from the river.
Xelic says that Z, I think. Z doesn't seem to be working. I know Control Shift Z is my zoom.
What a great flash there from number one Lamb. Vi trying to come around, Kung Pao trying to get something to answer, but oh my gosh, Jaybird just blows up both bot laners.
Oh, I thought she was going in on the logs. I'm like, hold on a second, that's your teammate. Got another teleport, because League of Teleport in this game. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just 4 teleports, no big deal. No worries, Alec. I forgot to, and I used it a whole bunch last season too. I just forget the buttons. Here comes Vi. See what I did there? Here comes Vi. And Veigar's gonna get a bunch of beatings down here. Nico also to pop off. Veigar still held still after about 3 seconds, and he goes down. Talia going in with the ultimate. She doesn't really have much follow-up, but she's just gonna go straight in for the Vi. She's gonna get bursted down. Yeah, she wanted the Bermuda Triangle there. She's like, I'm going in all by myself. I've got this. Girl, you don't got this.
He tried to make something happen. Kung Pao smart purchase there with the early Null Magic Mantle going into Merc Treads, and against all the AP on the opposing team, just everyone thought they could get him and they could not. So staying alive was what made all of that happen. Smart item purchase there early on against this team, which is huge because they do want to be stacking dragons.
This poor Ashe, like she was just hit by the laser and she went down to 25% health.
If you're Ashe, it almost seems like you cannot even be on screen ever.
Not in this game.
You've got to wait for everything to go down, but with the cooldowns what they are, there's almost never a great opportunity.
100%. You have to dodge so much CC, and you're already a really squishy target. Like, oh, down goes the Seraphine.
Jaybird, that little mage, continuing to just build up the stacks.
Yeah, he's 5-1. How many stacks is he at now? He's at 139 at 16 minutes. No big deal, just an extra 139 AP. And the cow goes down. That's the first kill for Camille, actually.
It's gonna feel really brutal with the CS lead and now getting the kills equalized. It's gonna take off, but maybe we'll get a little bit of a...
Oh, she gets stunned before she can go in on her. She doesn't have her ult. Run, Mithra, run! And down she goes. Whacked by a rock.
Excellent revenge kill there to make sure that...
Oh, she killed him. He is slaying a ward.
The ward goes down.
Oh, the crying bee emote. I love that it did that. I didn't say like, oh, Nico is slaying. It literally put the ward icon. I still can't even with this team comp on both sides. I love it. I love seeing different team comps show up, so it's not always just the standard, like, oh, ADC bot lane with like a tank or an enchanter as your support. You got your AP mid laner, some bruisers up top. This makes it definitely a little bit more interesting to watch.
Queen of Despair just casually walking away from another Ash arrow has been on fire with the dodging here. It's 6-0. It's just kind of a Lux versus Veigar, Jaybird versus Queen of Despair here, and who will carry?
Seriously, and if we get into late game, generally Lux will fall off, whereas Veigar will not. But I mean, Lux does have a lot of targets that she can kill. Like the only one that she's not really gonna be able to handle is Alistar, probably, like with a full one shot. But everyone else she can full combo, no problem.
And there you see they bring 3 members to try to take down Jaybird 98, and yes, they get him, but Jaybird, I thought he wasn't gonna have time to use everything. Oh, number 1 Lamb getting another revenge there, great grasping roots to get it. But even with 3 members of the team there, Jaybird still manages to find one. And if you're one of the 3 squishy members of the red side, it is just so dangerous to even come near Jaybird's Veigar right now.
Yeah, she's just a push R. Done. I think that is the only Lux skin I don't have, is this Soul Fighter one. They said, Lux, you're not getting out of here unless you got Flash, which she did, but didn't quite go over the wall. Gets stunned again, and down she goes. Number 1 Lamb, you're going to be able to get out of here. The teleporter right on top of you. Camille's going to go ahead and do some true damage real quick with her ultimate. The cow just teleported in a weird spot that didn't have a ward, so that was weird, unless you did it to a plant. Alistar's got the stun going off. Oh, might save her? Never mind, he got the flash back in there. Seraphine said, stay under this tower, take this damage. But he's ulting, so he doesn't take damage. What is damage? Seraphine ult dragging them back into the tower, but he's still in his ult. But the last tower is gonna get him.
Shut down.
Dumpster Twink, Dumpster Twink does whatever a Dumpster Twink does.
What a messy engage that was from both sides. Incredible to go back and forth. I think a little bit of the overstay to take some tower shots. Showing off though why Alistar, even with a CS deficit, is still so incredibly tanky, and going for the armor rather than getting any sort of magic resistance puts him in a great spot to do exactly that and just tank turrets for his team. That was so well played by both sides, and red side just barely coming out ahead of it. Could have gone either way.
Yeah, when I'm looking at it, like, it doesn't look like he's building any magic resist anytime soon, especially if he's going to finish out that Thorn Mail. So, interesting. I mean, as long as he's in his ult, he's not going to get exploded by the AP, so I guess I could see it there. He's going to want that armor for the consistent damage that's coming like from Camille or from Vi rather than the burst damage. So, it's working. Good for him.
Yeah, and if you're, if Veigar's being forced to use things on the or if Lux is being forced to use things on the Alistar, or your AP mages are using them on the Alistar, not necessarily the best target. They would much rather be bursting the Veigar, the Ashe, the Zyra. So can maybe just saying, okay, I'm going to force you to target me, and I'm just going to lean into the armor. And it is, like you said, working so far.
100%.
Just missing the headbutt pulverize to lock down Mithra.
Yeah, their whole win con basically is that Alistar being able to soak up as much CC as possible so it doesn't touch their squishies. Soak it up, soak it up. Seraphine ult's gonna get a nail at 2 of them. Alistar's in there tanking. He's getting low. He's got his ult going though, so that means no dying. Until 3 people kill you. Oh, Dumpster Twink locked down, and down he goes. Ashe ult after a 20-second cooldown. My goodness, another stun from the Veigar. Snare from the Zyra. God forbid you're able to move for more than half a second. Freeze. Hold still.
That is how they want to play this comp. So well done, utilizing the cage and utilizing Alistar to just keep a permanent zone of control and letting Ashe beat down on your team, letting Zyra plants whittle away at your team. Just the Leandries, the Ashe doing so much damage, then Veigar just coming in there to just kind of last hit every champion standing. Really well executed team fight on the side of Jaybird 98.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm seeing the Alistar literally run past Like, he's literally just walking past Camille, walking past Vi, and just going straight into that Lux, Seraphine, Nico that are in the back there, and they're spending their entire time just trying to CC the Alistar. Whereas they need to find a way to just get around him and get to that back line, because that back line is just blowing up the Camille, blowing up the Vi, and then they're going to come and take care of you while you're just playing around with Alistar. Pop! You're going to get stunned back, but you're by yourself. I'm surprised that turret is still up there on top side.
Yeah, it seems like every time a big wave has crashed, Red Side's done a good job of bringing in their jungler. In this case, you've got #1 Lamb coming in for a fight.
Hold still.
Relieve pressure.
Oh god, my coffee's cold. Oh. I guess it kind of tastes like iced coffee now. It's not bad. Ooh, Ash out. Miss. They've been trying to be sneaky, dropping a pink ward on it.
Veigar using the teleport to quickly come back in the lane. I don't know if they're looking for something quick or they just want to establish vision.
Ooh, a little whiff on the laser. Nico's gonna get held still. That basically means instant death, but she's gonna come out barely. She's gonna pop the Zanya. Someone save the Veigar. All right, here comes the cow. Now that the cow's here for the distraction, should be an easy fight. Yep, everyone turns on the cow. Here comes Veigar. Time to pop someone. Whack. But Vi's gonna go ahead and dive in on the Veigar. Gonna pop him down. Cow OP. Get it, Cow. Get it. Camille's diving in on the squishies while he's taking care of the Vi. They're both going to go down. 2 alive on both sides.
And that was about as good as I think the blue side could have hoped to have played that fight. They were very patient. They waited for Veigar to come up and use the cage as he's been doing. And then as soon as everything was down, already knowing the Zana was down, then they committed the Vi cease and desist right on him, got him taken care of. Unfortunately, wasn't able to come up completely clean, so just going 3 for 3 there. But then once Alistar ult, Unbreakable Will wears off, then they're able to go in, finish off the Alistar, get him dead for the 6th time, and try to win the fight. Unfortunately, it's just so difficult. Like they did all that, and they come away with 3 for 3. I'd like to see some sort of a flank here. I'd like to see something tricky out of the Nico on Dinky. I'd like to see something coming from an unexpected angle from Mithra or Kung Pao to try to make a fight happen that's not just front to back with Alistar first.
Seriously, like if they can just take care of that Veigar, that's the only thing they really need to worry about that much. Like, yeah, Taliyah hurts, but Veigar is the problem. Mill going in on the Taliyah, but the cow is here. You might not want to be there with the cow.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
With it being 21-26, it is nearly a 4K gold lead favoring red side at the moment. It's basically, that's more than a full item.
It seems like both sides are content to kind of dance, pick up farm when they can in the mid lane. Because of this, I don't think either team wants to fully commit to... Was there a teleport there in mid lane? It wants to fully commit to Baron. So I'm expecting the next big thing to happen around Dragon, but they're going to jump in mid here and see what happens.
Which they got the Taliyah lockdown, but Veigar was free to do whatever Veigar wants to do. Down goes Ash. Oh, pop, pop. There goes Nico.
Such a good purchase Jaybird had with the Zanya's Hourglass, because now he can waddle his little Yordle Patukas up in the mid lane, and he can put down and fish with Event Horizon to try to see, okay, can I get that stun? Can I quickly get someone down? And if the opposing team tries to go in on him, nope, I'm just going to Zanya's and potentially bait you in. It's a great purchase that just enables the way he wants to play, but did send him packing home, so now 3rd Dragon started up.
Yeah, they're looking for Dragon number 3. Oh, with a teleport from the Alistar, this is not going to be a clean one. Vigar's going to be able to take somebody out.
Behind is Camille. Here they go.
Camille said, give me that Vigar. Give me that Yordleisi. But she can't reach him. The Zyra plant's in the way. Vi's trying to get the dragon, but she's going to be taken down before she can get to it. And Vigar takes the dragon. That's going to be dragon number 2 for them. Inching towards that Infernal Soul. Infernal Soul is a very dangerous soul for this game, for either side.
Yeah, just what these mages ordered. More damage.
More damage, more slow. Pop goes to Leah.
What both sides want to do when you have this Lux with so much firepower. Anything is lethal against 4 members of your team.
Seriously. It really stinks for blue side right now that they have the Vi and the Camille point and click engage on the Vigar, but like you were saying, he's got the Zanyas. So they're going to go in. He's got 2.5 seconds where he has time to let the cow intercept for him, or Zyra locked him down, and he just goes back to pushing whatever he wants to push. Literally all the buttons, everyone's dead. So that's saving him immensely. And they have 3 Zanyas on their team. It's League of Zanyas.
Even with, and now Flash is back up. So the last few, he's used that Zanya's bot time, gone 1 for 1, but with Flash, it's making it even more difficult. I would like to see one of these teams, one of the sides really commit for Baron here. Set up, get established that vision. It's dark right now. If you can get in there and be the first one on Baron, you're going to have a good chance of taking it.
I's thinking about it. She's like, we got to prep for this. Let's just clear this ward. Everyone's starting to hover in that direction. Until the teams are kind of calling it out, because you've got the Seraphine and Lux heading that direction. I think we're going to see a Baron fight soon. Just waiting for someone to get caught out here. Someone's going to get caught out while trying to make vision.
This is getting very tense. I like that Orange Otters are really playing for vision here. They are the ones who've established Enchanted Crystal that are just missing.
Yeah, and they just popped Zyra's ult too, so that's 2 ults down on red side right now for this next fight.
Yeah, it makes it harder to move in and fight around a Baron right now. So yes, they have vision, but without, they're gonna wait for a little bit.
Ooh, this fight might get
Unless they
popped.
can find a clean pick. So much magic resistance though for Kung Pao.
If they got the Cow locked down, Cow's not going to be able to get ult off in time. He's going to get last second.
Jaybird on the side. That Vader might go down quick. He does.
He takes someone with him though. Vi's into the front, lining her butt off. Is she going to live? Is she going to jump from there? And they survive. That is going to be 4 people alive for Baron.
Such excellent patience there by the Nyla's Naughties. They were just, everyone was so willing to just not commit. They let Orange Otters come in and make the mistake. They let Jaybird come in, and even with the Zanyas, wasn't enough time to buy. Didn't have enough time to buy, and his team was not with him. He just walked in alone, and they were so right to immediately jump on Jaybird over on the side. He was looking for something, but then you said it. Vi is able to buy so much time. Even with, you see Ashe going mid, went for an AP build, and so you have no AD threat on that side, and so Vi is very, very difficult to take down. Especially if she's not around Veigar. At this point, she's looking like a budget Alistar here with how much damage she's able to tank. And that bought them the time to win that fight and take Baron. So well played from Nyla's Naughties here as we approach the end game.
I didn't realize that Ashe built the Liandry's Anguish until you just said it. Dealing damage with abilities causes the burn. I was like, is it just AP? No, it's any of her abilities. Still an interesting choice. That's all I have to say about it. That's an interesting choice.
When you've got this AP, the Baron is very strong. I mean, it's gonna be so hard for you to pick off these minions.
Ooh, Vi going straight in for this Talia here.
Pick off onto
the laser's gonna grab it. She's not gonna be able to move here for a second, but the rest of the team's following up on it. Got Dumpster Twink throwing off the ult. Vigar's still in there. They take out the Vigar, which means their team's basically going down at this point. 1v5 Zyra, you can do it. And all 4 go down.
Nyla's Naughties, they have clearly talked through their game strategy. They know what they want to do in these fights. You can just see the right clicks practically on Jaybird's Veigar every single time. You've got ults being committed, Lux, Queen of Despair, walking forward just into Veigar as soon as he steps forward, unafraid, because if they know if they can take Jaybird's Veigar down, that's so much of the carry potential that they're happy to trade even a member or 2 if they can sink Jaybird, and they're doing a great job of focusing on it. There's gonna have to be a shift in strategy here, because a moment ago you had a 5k gold lead on Orange Otters, and now you're down by 1k. They've got to start doing something different if they want to come back, as they're facing this Baron.
Diving straight in for the Taliyah again. They said nope, no chances, no mercy. Oh, but she is stuck in there now. Going down to the Zyra burns. Oh, she's going to dodge it with the Zanyas. Camille's like, hello! I'm here!
Cheeky to come in from the side, completely off the screen.
She's going to get locked in there, but she's just going to walk out of her own ult. No big deal. Taking down the cow. Zealot just subscribed. Oh, Gunny gave him a subscription. Thank you, Gunny. That says yes. Oh, wait, my Pop-Tart says, Sam, you see your bow tie as fire.
Oh, thank you. Not as fire as these Queen of Despair final sparks, though. They're blowing everyone up on the rift. I mean, you can't even exist. I feel like I should hide my bow tie. My bow tie's got to stay in Fog of War. It might get final sparks here.
Fog of War. Gunny says, can these casters get more dapper? I could get a bow tie myself. I can get more dapper. I have to go buy one, though. Grim Rosie said, Sam, I said that to you in Discord. Seraphine just picking up with Zanya's. That's Zanya's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 Zanyas. No big deal. Think of Zanyas.
We'll just wait. We'll break to commercial during a team fight while all the Zanyas go through.
Yeah, I realized there was a new button for me on Twitch where I can just go to a 60-second ad break. Every time I see a Zanya start, I'll just click that and we'll go through a whole succession of them. All right, looks like that Baron's wrapped up. We're going into the chill zone, looking for picks. Almost takes out Taliyah. Those Lux lasers are basically taking down anybody they touch down to about 10% HP, especially that poor Ashe. Ashe doesn't get to play this game.
No, certainly Ashe. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of good like HP items for Ashe here. So Disc on Taliyah gets to get a little bit of HP with that Rala, which saved him, and Smart now to pick up a little bit of MR herself with the Null Magic Mantle. Because, yeah, if you can survive the one shot from Lux, you're on a... You're on quite a long timer before she gets to do anything else. Ooh, a long range Enchanted Crystal Arrow landing.
Run in, run in, and run in, run in. So leave me alone, cow. Cow says, we're fighting now. You stay. Vi going straight in for the Veigar. Whack, whack. Zanya's. Commercial break.
And now with just none of your damage by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Zanya's again.
Landing another target.
Yeah, the cow is beating up on those 3 people he's usually beating up on, but it's not going to be enough. They're taking out the carries on the side.
If you're Orange Otters, you've got to figure out a way to protect Veigar. Yeah, if it means keeping him in the back a little bit more, but having Jaybird fall early in these fights, it makes it impossible for his team to win a team fight. That you've got to be able to use your 13 kill Veigar in these fights if you have any hope of winning with them, and you've built to do that. You can peel really effectively with this hybrid Ashe that you see with the short cooldowns, but I love how unrelenting the Nyla's Naughties are, continuing to just push taking turrets down.
They seriously said no mercy. Poor Jaybird. I'm feeling bad. He's carrying so hard. He's trying so hard, but it's not quite gonna be enough to secure the game for him. Him and Spriggan are like the backbone of their team right now. But like Talia's doing great damage too, but I feel like with the Ashe right now, like they're not getting enough damage behind it.
It's just the picks. The picks have been just one right after the other. Oh, they're trying to force something on me. We'll see if this can work out for them.
Camille going straight in on the Ashe. She said, get out of here. Cal's got the ult going off, sending off his 3 people per usual, and Vi just going straight in on the Vigar.
And just another cease and desist on to Vigar, and they can't, there's just seemingly no counterplay they've managed to figure out here in the midst of this game. And ever since they've decided, let's focus as Vigar, it's been so tough. Queen of Despair just to follow up for 3 after the Vial, now everything's falling apart.
Yeah, every Vial has been spared for Vigar at this point, which is basically what's winning them the game. Like, you just shut down their biggest carry, and you got a couple sub carries, but it's not going to be quite enough to carry you through. And that's the end of the first game of the season.
A back and forth. I mean, they pushed early. They were knocking down on a inhibitor turret was Ornn's Otters, but then it just seemed like things clicked into high gear for Nyla's Naughties. They turned it around, took that Baron, and just pushed all the way through the game. Great play from both sides for that first match.
Seriously, looking at the stats and how the gameplay went, who would you select as the MVP for this game?
Oh, I'm selecting MVPs here. I would select whoever made the call for Kung Pao to press every R key onto Vigar. I think they deserve the MVP because that was definitely one of the keys to the game.
Yeah, there was a lot of like key players in this game. Like there wasn't like on blue side, there wasn't anyone specifically who was like, okay, this person's the carry. Like all of them were doing so well and committing to lockdown, deciding who they were going to lock down on. Vi was always basically pressing R in the Vigar, which was perfect. And then while she was doing that, Camille was pressing R on Talia, I believe, in the background, or the other 3 are bursting down whoever was the closest target to them, whoever's being locked down first. So taking out that Vigar really just it won them the game. Lux did the most damage by like a lot.
I mean, yeah, she was the carry, but like you can't discount what Seraphine or Dumpster was doing with Seraphine, providing just a great kind of blanket of peel around Lux the whole time. Dinky doing something similar on Nico, so that they couldn't just dive the Lux. Like, yeah, because that was the idea as well. If Lux falls, then suddenly Nyla's Naughties doesn't have anything. But they played it so well with that little core of 3, and then diving with their 2 strong AD threats onto alternating opposing targets. Just really made for a clever way to play out that match and let Queen of Despair shine on the damage front.
Seriously. I'll go with you. We'll give MVP to the Vi specifically for pushing R on Vigar. Congratulations, Kung Pao, MVP. All right, let's see. I'm waiting for an invite here. I wonder if the next team is out of their game. Invite when ready. Kelton 111 says, I am really good at pressing that R key.
Do it on stream. You can become the MVP.
Seriously.
How we do it here.
All right, just got the invite here. Okay, so it looks like we are waiting for the next team to hop into the lobby still. So they're probably still going. Let's see. So this is Jaybird, number 1 Lamb, Disc 100, Mowins, Spriggan. Who on this team have you not played with?
I've not played with number 1 Lamb and Disc 100 and Mowins. I think I've played a game with Jaybird with or against. So I'm pretty sure I've been on Spriggan's team, or at least met Spriggan. So a few new faces for me in the Pearl League, which I love that we've got new people coming through, or old people that I just haven't even gotten the chance to see. Not old people, old faces that I haven't gotten the chance to see.
Old people.
Old people.
You're all
the
old. Ancient, decrepit creatures.
Familiar faces.
I'm curious to see what Mowens plays. So he was queued as mid last game, and he was the Ashe. Could you pull up their op.gg and tell me what they play? I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick, but I can still hear you.
I will do my best to navigate here and see what these guys play. But I mean, just seeing Mowens on this hybrid mid Ashe was something special last game. Or not Mowens, sorry, but seeing his play last game was excellent. When you get back, I'd like to touch on the icebreaker for the night, so I'll give you a chance to think about it. And I'd love to also see some answers in chat as well, which the icebreaker for this evening was which champion, League of Legends champion, best reflects your spirit? Which champion in League of Legends best reflects your spirit? For me, I think that champion would be Nyla, because I so resonate with this spirit of joy, and I think just especially on Tuesdays, getting to the opportunity to either play or just witness good League of Legends, definitely one of the things that brings joy into my life, or getting involved with other sports inside of the CMSA organization, like playing volleyball on Sundays, just always gives me that light of joy that I can bring, that just helps me get through the week sometimes, especially on these cold Chicago days like we've got coming up.
Seriously, I'm so sick of the snow. I know you like it, but I'm not.
If it's gonna be cold, at least let it snow.
No, don't let it snow. Don't let it snow.
And lake effect snow that's just glitter. Oh, it's gorgeous.
The word lake effect snow gives me trauma, because like when I grew up in Cleveland, like every time there was snow involved in anything, like it's such a Midwestern thing to be like, oh yeah, the lake effect snow. If it wasn't for the lake, like the lake effect, it's such a Midwestern term. You don't hear that anywhere else in the country. Like, but people talk about it like crazy, especially in Ohio. I haven't heard it as much in Chicago, but anyone who is from the Midwest, let me know if you have experienced the same thing. Like growing up, lake effect, that term just has trauma behind it. But I loved your answer with it being Nyla. I was curious to see what your reason was, so I was really interested to hear what brought that in. So I think Nyla, yes, the whole spirit of joy, but she's basically like her background of just basically conquering a demon, basically, and trapping it and be like, you're mine now. I'm like, that's what I think about when I think Nyla.
And then do you have an answer to this question? Best champion that best reflects your spirit? I'm gonna say it's one of the icy champions, like Ashe or Anivia. Is that what it would be?
That's a great guess, and you're not far off. Honestly, I would probably say my spirit champion is Braum. I'm such a like a I like to be a supportive person. I like to be patient with people and understand where they're coming from, and I just really value like learning about people and just like being that person who's there and friendly, and not like dominating a situation, but like being like a friendly face. I think that's the best way to put it. And Braum is so like, I'm just here to like be the supportive spirit. I'm just here to be like a good time. I'm here to help you do whatever you need to do, and it's gonna be fun. I think it's the best way to put it. I love Braum. I don't play him very much because his skill set's not my favorite, but I love his voice lines. I quote Braum probably on a daily basis. Specifically,
what Braum quotes?
Specifically, for one, when he buys boots, for two, when he buys Randuin's Omen, and then there's a couple ones where he's like talking about his mother. The one is like when he buys boots, he goes, "These shoes, they are too tight." And then whenever he buys Randuin's Omen, he goes, "A shield for my shield? I like it."
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Impersonation.
Mother always said, "Don't lose." The goats are wise. Eat everything, climb everything. And if something kicks you, kick it back. I love Braum. He's such a treat.
I just need you to like hold up a little mustache.
Yeah, I'll just draw one on my finger and I'll just hold it like this every time I do a Braum quote. Mithra says, I'm from Ohio. I don't recognize the phrase, though. IDK if Ohio counts. Where in Ohio? From Southern Ohio? Because in Southern Ohio, you're not in the lake, so I guess you wouldn't hear it as much. Highlight says, lake effect snow. I get it all the time. When the snowstorms roll off Lake Michigan and dump big, fat, heavy snow globs instead of flakes. True story. Frost Queen Ash says, I'm from Upper Michigan. Lake effect is totally normal to hear all winter. Dinky says, Ohio isn't real, so IDK what you're talking about. Taco Loki says, what's in Ohio? Vibro says, Braum voice actor on the stream. OMG. I know. I try so hard. Mithro says, yeah, near Cincy. Yeah, you probably wouldn't hear it as much because you weren't so much on the lake. Southern Ohio and Northern Ohio are basically two different states. Like once you pass like Akron, like once you're at Canton, I think, Canton and South, you're basically just a different state. Cincinnati, baby. Cincinnati.
That's a new one for me.
That is a new one. All my friends in Los Angeles call wherever I live over here, they just say it's Oklahio. Like all of Midwest is just Oklahio. Highlight says, are we ready? Jaybird says yes. So we're going to be getting into a game here soon.
Who was the designated drafter for?
Oh, right.
Here was that.
Next round 2 is where'd they go? Orange Otters versus Kaisa's Kittens. Kaisa's Kittens is Highlight as the designated drafter. Their team was originally in Samzak, Jacob, Nectar, Queen of Elfin, and Shenaniganism Rex. So it looks like everybody is where they should be. So no subs on Kaisa's Kittens today.
Right.
They said, sorry, minor delay. Technical difficulties. I'm so glad we haven't run into too many technical difficulties today on the stream, because me switching softwares completely for the whole cast has been a little stressful, but it's okay. We got it all done. Like last season, I basically, like they gave me like a general overlay to work with at the very beginning, and I used it mostly, but a lot of the time I was like kind of shoving my own elements into it. Like some of the borders like around the webcams were mine. Like the transition was mine, and I was paying my own subscription on Streamlabs, so I could have like the extra collab cams and everything. I was streaming to my stream at the same time, so it was basically like my own thing with influence from CMSA. But now this season we worked together really well to like get everything solidified as like, this is what we're doing, this is our layouts, this is how we want everything to look, this is gonna be a system that we use. So it got really organized because we really want to up the production value on this. So if anyone has feedback on the stream, any suggestions for increasing the production, we're always looking to improve. So just send us a message, or you can even type in the chat here and just let us know. So I did switch from Streamlabs to regular OBS, and then I just remade basically all the stuff in the past couple of days with Vibro's help. So it's all very new, but it seems to be going smoothly so far. So I'm very happy there are not any technical difficulties.
All right, I'll knock on Maokai and make sure that continues. So we're having a relatively smooth cast so far.
Yeah, and everything looks clean. Like I love the layouts. I love that we have like the nameplates on there, because previously I was like throwing in my own nameplates, and it kind of throw off the aesthetic sometimes, where I was just like, I'll just throw this in there. All right, we're in pick and ban phase.
Let's do it.
Check that. Vibros Gaming says, I'm sorry. What are you saying sorry for? Mithra says, y'all are killing it. Mithra says, ban Vigar.
I would be scared. Having looked at that.
I'm on to you.
You had to it took an entire team problem solving just to beat one player.
Seriously. It's depressing to me to see the Malzahar bans, because Malzahar is one of my mains. He gets put down on a lot because everyone's like, oh, he doesn't do like any damage. Like all he's good for is R. Yeah. But the DPS on the dot is like insane, and it's just it surprises people, and I love that about it. I just drop all my abilities and I walk away, and then I kill somebody.
Yeah, and definitely has a niche. I mean, can just kind of take perma control of a lane with just pushing it relentlessly, making sure that if you're plan was to like push and roam or gank. Nope, sorry, I'm Malzahar. You don't get to do any of that. I've got a spell shield. Goodbye. And then in team fights, oh, someone steps up too far. Flash ult. You're locked down. You either have to play the QSS tax or just become the permanent target of my suppression.
Literally. Oh, you want to play Master Yi? R.
Yeah, it's such a good answer to a large number of problematic champions.
Yeah, but they will get QSS if they have like one hyper carry, and then that does tilt me a little bit where I'm like, ah, man, now my R is useless. And Virus, you didn't make it more stressful. You made it less stressful by making it structured and like easy for me. It was slightly stressful switching, but that wasn't anyone's fault. We're improving, you know? We're making everything better. Got a Lux pick. I love seeing all the Luxes. Lux is my technical main. Like, if you look at my mastery, she's my highest one. I honestly stopped playing her in ranked because I got so bored of playing the same champion over and over again. We got Hui! This is gonna be the first time Hui's in our in the league, right? He wasn't in here for last season.
Yeah, that is correct. Okay, all right. We'll see if all of the practice here is gonna pay off. See if I can remember how all of his abilities trigger together into the spiraling despair. We'll make it happen.
I haven't actually played Hui yet, and I haven't even tried to read his abilities. And so I've just seen what happens. I don't know what actually happens.
There's a particle effect on screen. Oh, it looks like there's a snare.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Is that one the snare? Is that one the fear? Is that one the stun? Is that one the one that just obliterates the whole wave? Is that the one that gives everyone a speed boost? Like, I've just seen so many things happen. I have no idea what's going on with Hui anymore. I just expect the whole lane's gonna be covered in abilities and just not to be in the way. Lesbian representation.
Okay, we got Kayn and Hui, which is an aesthetic, locked in on one side. We got Lux and Leona, the light bringers, on the other side.
Let's just have like a whole emo team. It means some Emumu, Vex.
Yes. Oh, Vex would be.
Who else has that aesthetic?
We've got Goth Annie.
Yeah, Goth Annie. There we go.
Okay. All right, 180C locked in. Will we see a second this game? Who knows?
I'm loving the lockdown on blue side right now. Lux, Leona. Holy cow. We're doing your fan.
We're kind of potential to get some picks there. Belveth looking to move in, clean up after fights, kind of play a hyper carry kind of role. So they don't necessarily have to rely on an ADC here if they can play around that Belveth.
Oh yeah, if Belveth gets the opportunity, if she gets like 2 kills early game, she'll go crazy. She is one of those champions though where if she doesn't get the kills early on, she can get shut down real hard.
Now, Leona's a champion that can definitely leave lane and roam. I'd like to see them pick something in the bot lane that is relatively self-sufficient that will allow the team to move up and take that early Rift Herald to let Belveth, to give Belveth that space, to give her the early passive and start to build a little bit.
Give me a Draven. I want Draven.
The more Rift Heralds, the better here for Belveth.
Oh yeah, make all those babies. Zillion in the bot lane with the Lucian. Zillion's gonna be in here like, yeah, you can lock him down. He'll die. Coming right back.
Yeah, and when you look at like Lux and Leona and maybe playing off of high burst, suddenly with Zillion there, and maybe it spares you having to go Zanya's, and there was no Veigar ban, and here is
here he is.
Veigar pick.
Oh no, not the Quinn. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, Spriggan, no. Bad Spriggan. Okay.
What can you tell me about Spriggan and Quinn that I need to know?
It's not about Spriggan and Quinn specifically. Okay. At least I don't think it was. There was, I think, 2 games last season where I saw Quinn pick top, and basically anytime I see Quinn's pick top. So one of 2 things happen. There is a 90% chance that Quinn is going to become useless. She'll be like okay in lane, but then she won't be able to do anything later on. 10% chance she absolutely pops off and she just one-shots basically anyone on the enemy team. So I'm used to seeing her pick top lane and then basically not be a part of the game, and it's depressing. Hopefully it'll be the latter this time. Spriggan says, don't worry, I'll be useless.
The pressure's off.
The pressure's off. It's okay. We're just going to assume he's going to be useless at this point since he said it. But no, seriously, anytime I do see Quinn, it's very, very, very hit or miss. You either super miss or you super hit. So I'd love to see it hit. I'm giving you the opportunity to prove me wrong, but that has been my experience with Quinn lately. Looking at the enemy team, we got a Vladimir pick. I haven't seen Vladimir in a very long time. I feel like the items and yeah, mostly the items in this set have been like not great to Vladimir, so it's been very hard to build him and let him really do what he wants to do in the meta. So I'm interested to see him play here. But looking at the team comps, who do you think is going to win?
So, I like the side of, who do I like more? I like what I'm seeing out of Kaisa's Kittens. I think they have a cohesive team composition in terms of what they want to do. Now they don't have a whole lot of CEC, and that would be kind of what I'd be nervous for them. A lot is going to come down to, can Kane get onto the priority targets through all the CC of Orange Otters, and can Hui generate enough either long range bursts or pick potential to actually do what they need to do in these team fights. But like they do have a lot to answer what is on the side of Orange Otters. You've got the Zillion, which is a nice response to Veigar's burst. So if someone gets caged, you can be quick on the trigger and make sure that they're not just going down immediately. So Quinn is going to have a hard time trying to find assassination targets with a revive, with an untargetable off of Kane, with an untargetable off of Vladimir, with a potential Zanya's Hours purchase off of Y, and like Lucen can respond with quite a bit of burst of his own. So we'll see. I think both sides are poised to scale well and fight well, but I think if I had to give it to one side, I would give it to the side of Kaisa's Kittens. How do you feel?
I feel pretty much the same. It's that Quinn that's throwing me off, because I love the combination of the Veigar, Leona, the Lux, and the Bel'Veth. You've got some serious lockdown, you've got some serious AD damage, some serious AP burst. The Quinn's throwing me off because yes, she could have the assassination attempts, but like you were saying, there's a whole lot that's going to interrupt that. Between Kane and the Zillion and the pooling with the Vladimir, like there's just too much that she's going to have to work around to be able to do what she needs to do. And this could be a game where Quinn doesn't even matter at this point. Like if you've got like pop off Veigar, if you've got pop off Bel'Veth, then Quinn can just kind of split push, or she can roam around and get picks by herself. That could work. That could totally win them this game. So I would totally lean towards blue side based on team comp. I think it's heavily going to depend on how this Quinn does, honestly. If Quinn does well, they've got this for sure. If Quinn does really poorly, or doesn't, like if she just does okay and the rest of the team doesn't get super fed, I would definitely lean towards red side winning this. So I would say red side has the advantage just based on the selections we have right now. I heard that go down, so I will reopen the.
Thank you. And Quinn, it's going to be interesting to watch this game. And even if Quinn does get a little bit behind, though, like you said, there's the opportunity for Quinn to just kind of play perma split push. And you do have a pretty good 4-man core of Veigar, Lux, with Bel'Veth kind of lurking to make sure that, okay, we can stay alive, right? Like, who are you going to send to kill us? Either you're going to hit something longer range with Y, who doesn't really have the high burst, or you're gonna have or Kane's gonna come, but you've got a lot of CC for Kane to try to deal with. So there is an option for Quinn to be on the split push and be an absolute nuisance, because gosh, Quinn is so hard to shut down if she gets on the split push like that. So we'll see how the top laner plays them.
Seriously. Okay, I'm going to adjust this really quick. Time control is going down. Everything else looks good. Let's organize them real quick. That's jungle. That's support. That's Vigar bot, correct? Yes. Okay, that's going there. Going top. I see your guys' comments about Sam being quieter than me. I have an idea of what that is. I'm gonna turn that up. Let me know if the music or if the league sound gets too loud. Let's. Okay.
I'll just get hype and scream if it doesn't work for everything.
Right.
Like, I mean, and who
I
can't
just
be
turned
hyped
you up,
for
and
the
now you're peaking.
man in
So.
Bane? Yeah.
All right, so he's turned up. I see the audio meter peaking when he's speaking. So if he's too loud, let me know. If everything else is too loud, let me know. I'll adjust that. This is one of those things where switching softwares, the audio is a little different for me, so I still have to work on that. All right, we had a little skirmish there. We already got 4 wards put down from red side.
And nothing really too unusual out of either side starting here. But we will see the typical Kayn path, though hard to track. Look for maybe some action early in the bot lane.
I wonder if he's going to go for the blue build or if he's going to go for red build. I almost always see people go for a blue build nowadays. I personally prefer the red build. But that's basically because I'm playing with my friends. No one ever goes a tank. So going red Kayn is basically what I have to do.
You know, and Kai'Sa's Kittens doesn't have anything that can really tank. But at the same time, with a high burst that you're looking at with Ornn's Otters, it might not be really all that. Like, assassinating one target is very valuable. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they're thinking about playing that one as the game progresses. A well-manicured wave crash early from the bot lane. Well done.
Well manicured. Joe Gunner highlight, if you guys are still listening, could you let me know if the music or the league audio is too loud or if Sam sounds better? I think he should sound better now. Pokey pokey. I am really excited to see Hui because I actually haven't laned against him ever yet. He's just been either on my team or on the enemy team, but like on the opposite side of the world. Because I'm usually in the bot lane. But now I get to kind of watch what he does. That early level 3 from the Zillion level up. Dive, highlight, dive!
Uber quick here. Full clear off of Bel'Veth, already moving on as Kayn just starting that one camp. So first gank here. Look for it shortly after Scuttle dies on the top side of the map.
See, every time I jungle, I have this thing where anytime I try to get Scuttle Crabs, I'm always denied. I lose both of them every time, and it's so tilting. So the fact that Bel'Veth is basically just getting them for free, love that for her. See, they get a quick gank on the Hui here.
Pretty far.
Got
There's
the
a knockup.
And the snare, but he's gonna flash out of it. He's gonna be able to get out, no problem. Been putting some bursty poke down on the Vladimir.
But flash burn, so we'll see if they can use that in the next few minutes. With that being down on Hui, who does like to, I mean, anytime you have these two artillery mages, if one can get ahead and harass the other underneath the turret, is what they like to do, but it's harder to do when you're now flashless in the mid lane.
Yeah, you don't want to be flashless when a Bel'Veth is on the loose.
Zenith Blade lands, highlight. What are you gonna do?
Ooh, that's such a good flash on the highlight. He was able to get out of the stuns from the Leona and then flash over the baby cage. And he's like, yeah, it's fine. You guys will take more damage than I will, even though I was held still for 2.5 seconds.
They did a good job to turn that one around. Veigar gonna need a little bit of time to scale here before he can just obliterate.
Ooh, gonna miss the stun. That was a really quick reaction on that dash out of there.
Nightlight playing so safe and very well on Lucian, and farming excellently here as well. Getting the quick sheen, and now those little taps are going to be even more dangerous.
Kane just went in and took, I think he took a camp from blue side. I don't know, he's thinking about it. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He's like, do I gank top? Do I go and invade the jungle? Do I go back to my jungle? Now I go back to my jungle. Wei was sent back. He had no mana left. So Lux is going to go ahead and shove this in. Try to cancel out some of his CS. But he's going to teleport back, so...
Yeah, this is the timing, and well done by both sides here to either crash waves or burn that TP right as you're coming up on 6 in the mid lane at this timer. So I don't know if either team really wants to use it for a dragon, although there could be opportunities for both sides if they have to sneak something if the vision's not there. So it's important that both sides control that vision. I imagine though that Kai'Sa's Kittens is going to want to, I'm sorry, Oran's Otters is going to want to play towards that Rift Herald once it starts spawning here.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see visions already starting to be established in that part of the map.
We want to get those Bel'Veth babies out and roaming. Base kit is so silly. It just covers everything. Good luck dodging. Oh, going right in on the way. He does have 6. The laser's dropping down on him. And he's going to go down. First blood goes to Bel'Veth. She's on level 4.
And Disc is going to love that on Bel'Veth. Anything you can do to expedite gold onto a hyper carry like her is so valuable. So that is the right choice to pick up that kill.
Oh yeah, like I was saying before we started, Bel'Veth gets like 1 or 2 kills in that early game. She's absolutely insane. She's a monster to deal with. If she doesn't get it, she's kind of meh. But now she's got it, basically. She's got 1. If she gets that Rift Herald, she's going to be way ahead. She is behind in CS by a lot, like 32 to 52. But hey, you picked up a kill, so that basically brings you close to even. Ooh, a lot of lockdown going to Lucian here. Kane's here to help. Leona, can you reach him? He's been igniting. He goes down to Leona. Leona's stuck in there now. More stuns. Stuns on stuns on stuns. He's going to go ahead and enter Leona there. Ooh, she stopped. Keep going, girl. Keep going. Ooh, is he going to get hit by the turret? Is he going to go down? We got the bomb on him. Pop!
That is it. Well played by Kane there, Shenanigasm, to use the Endless Banquet to go into the ult and effectively dodge the Event Horizon, the cage of Viger, which otherwise I think would have allowed him to get to safety. And then with the immediate punish, like, okay, you turned around and now you're gonna die as well. So what a great turnaround. Well played by the Kai'Sa's Kittens there to net 2 kills.
Yeah, they've got all this lockdown, but these guys are doing a really good job of navigating their way around it. In a lot of senses where if I was in that situation, I'd be dead. I can't navigate that well, period. So props to these guys for being able to work around a Leona Vigar lane so well. I don't think I asked you, what lane do you typically go in and what champs do you usually play?
I am a bot lane player. I played Nami. I mained. It's one of my most champs for many, many years, and then I switched to AD carry, and now I like to play very aggressive. I go Kalista. It's my champion of choice here.
Oh, this is such a niche champion. Oh, Kane's gonna get slapped down here. That means it's probably gonna be a Rift Herald for the Bel'Veth.
That is what you wanted. You found him trying to take Bel'Veth prize away, and now you're gonna lose it and give it up. So very nice, a double win there for Disc100, who just seems to be in the right place at the right time. Exactly what they want. Now I want to see, will they do anything with all of these Void Spawn?
Yeah, Bel'Veth said, thanks for the leash. Appreciate it. Oh, is she gonna get a snare knocked down? Take some big damage, but not gonna quite take him down. John asks, Sam, would you say you prefer late game, early game, or mid game with Kalista?
I mean, Kallista's early game is why you play Kalista. She's just such a lane bully. You get in there and you get to martial poise all over everyone. I go for early early boots so that I can hop around the lane and just immediately punish anyone who dares to step forward. It helps that I play with a pike as well, but I don't want to take away from the action as there's a 2v2 in the mid lane here. I love that they committed Belveth to that lane. Oh, step down.
The lockdown. Oh, he does it with cleanse. Yeah, that Rift Herald and then Belveth just sitting there producing those little babies. That was quite the nightmare for that mid lane turret. Didn't quite go down.
And that was all started because of that gank. You got the quick flash, and then you knew,
here
okay.
Again. Gonna miss the stun, but then he's gonna get stunned again, and another stun goes down. Belveth is popping off.
This 100 is everywhere. Just everywhere. It's a nightmare here. All that got started, and it just snowballed. Ganking early, getting the flash, and then immediately committing the Rift Herald, forcing Hwei at half HP to stay. They still managed to get everything they wanted mid, roaming down bot, getting the kill, opening up the drag. What a tear. Yeah, you're down a little bit of CS, but playing right into the Belveth game plan.
Yeah, just farm champions. No big deal. And looking at the top lane, it's pretty even up here in the sense of trades, but the Vladimir has a decent lead on CS. He's got about half that turret down already, or about third. So I don't see either of them going really popped off on the top lane at least. But like we said, if the rest of this team like gets fed like this Belveth is, Quinn doesn't necessarily need to be crazy anyways. She'll just have to clear some waves, keep the pressure on the top side, maybe the bot side for the split pushes later on. And they've got this game in the bag. Just funny things.
Spot Quinn, or not Quinn. They did spot Kane going through the ward on the top side, so they kind of know where the jungler is, has an idea of what they want to do. But with no dragon to take, I expect to see both sides fishing for engages like this, but otherwise being pretty content to wait for the next dragon scaling up.
Lucian ult wasted there. That was an oopsie. How is my coffee is like colder than room temperature? It's like it's freezing itself over here. It's so weird.
Yeah, this plays just continue to land. Just fish for poke, try to get highlight to commit with that relentless pursuit.
Yeah, this Leona's getting in there, but she's going a little too far. The Vigar's not able to like follow up. She's like she's getting with the tip of it.
Right, it's instant dash away, and then you just get the Sheen proc right back onto Leona, and so then Lucian just wins the trade. So the non-commit is huge, especially with the speed boost. And guess who is involved with more damage? Disc 100 everywhere.
Seriously, and she said, "No mercy, no CS, just farm champions." She's already got her
This is nice. I like
Slayer.
the Disc 100 sticking around because you're low HP, Vladimir. You don't want to miss these minions. Going a little early though, giving up the HP. I don't think they can really now threaten a dive like they could have with full HP. But I like the idea there to push and like pressure a lane where there's a big HP discrepancy between the laners.
Yeah, and I mean, it is Vladimir, so he's gonna get the HP back pretty quickly, like unexpectedly, and he has the pool to kind of keep him safe. So unless that went down early, that tower dive wasn't gonna go very well. So Lucian did pick up the Essence Reaver. Whenever I'm playing Lucian, I always rush that item because I feel like I run out of mana basically anytime I do a combo. But the people that I've seen play Lucian and really pop off and do well don't take it first item, and I don't understand how they even play the game because I run out of mana like crazy. Oh, this Leona's taking some serious damage. She's just gonna flash out of there. Got a teleport coming down bot. It's Lux. Belveth is here. She's there by herself right now. Rest of the team coming up here. Leona's a little low to be starting any fights though. Lux said, "I will face this. I got this." She's gonna get exploded. Just weigh things. Yeah, this is how like all the trades have been going up top side, where Quinn's like, "I'm gonna fight you," and he's like, "Pool."
Right. I don't need to. I'll just continue to push you in and farm. And that's what Vlad. That's exactly what he wants to do. Collect as many creep as he can until he can be a terror in the later part of the game.
Shenaniganism really wants to put some pressure down here. He's like, I'm not leaving. We're getting a kill. That range on the Hwei ability, with that, I think that one's like a fear.
Yeah.
That is so far.
Fear there. Oh.
He's like, I'm getting my camps. Leave me alone.
Insomniac. What are we gonna do? Or Insomniac.
Ooh, Quinn's trying to come, but Vlad's like, I'm coming too, girl. He did opt for the red cane, my favorites. He's gotta survive. I'm a survivor.
That's an important 2v2 to win there. It was relatively close, and Vladimir coming away with a big shutdown is going to be important here. I think having just the fact that he was on Mythic and Quinn was not may have been the difference in that fight. That was huge for the Vlad.
Yeah, I think the choice on the red cane is amazing because like we were talking about, like, yeah, the assassin would be cool. But the fact that he's going to be able to stay in those fights and kind of be their frontliner is going to be super important because no one else on their team is going to be frontlining. Like, Vladimir can get in there for a second and do some big burst damage, but he's got to be the one who's going to be the big distraction. John says, Red Cane is so clutch for this team since they're mostly so squishy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't have anything to frontline. It's just Cane. Vlad will be later. Vlad will basically be just a spell vamping psycho later on if he gets ahead.
And it's going to be difficult to burst him down. I mean, I see why you want to go in a game like this. He's very maneuverable. He's going to be hard to lock down with CC. Even if you do get him, if you're a little bit late, he can get into his Endless Banquets and stay alive. And so I think a really good choice here against all these squishies. And he's going to strike fear into the heart of most of Ornn's Otters.
Especially if he's winning these fights against Bel'Veth. Like, at this point, they're pretty even because he's so ahead in CS and he's one behind on the kills. We got a big fight here. Resurrection on the Hwei. The Hwei's still in there. He's got a lot of CC to deal with, so he goes right back down. Lasers, Lux gets a Lucian going down. Bel'Veth is whack, 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 whack. He just got 1v4. He's like, I got a spell vamp, we're good. But he's gonna go down eventually. He can't do it all by himself. 3 for 0.
Yeah, 3 for 0. It was such a big fight here for Ornn's Otters, and they were not even the ones that initiated. They just kind of patiently sat back, and now they're going to have so much tempo on this map with Rift Herald going all the way through to another hit. They've got a potential to turn on Dragon, or potential to push for more, or just get all of the enemy jungle. They have so many options here after winning that, and a dive comes through. Quick kills.
Oh my goodness. They do lose a Bel'Veth for it, but worth. They take one down, they get the turret. Vladimir said, come here. You want to fight? Come here. Pull. You gonna pop, pop, pop.
Oh, you say worth, but was it worth? Are they going to turn right to Dragon? That was a huge swing back with a slight overstay. You had so many options there for what to do, and I think they got a little disjointed and decided not to do any of them and gave Kai'Sa's Kittens enough time to respawn in base and burn flashes and get on top of them. And now Dragon, you had a free Dragon at one point, now you've turned it over to Kai'Sa's Kittens to even up the Dragon.
Seriously,
kind of an overstay there by Ornn's Otters.
It was worth, and then Vladimir ghosted and came at the speed of light and just basically like did a drive-by. Q, you're dead. Q, you're dead. I'm gonna just go through all this CC with my pool, and now you're dead.
And Vlad is a Nectar on Vlad is the player to watch. I feel he's gotten a lot of the gold. He is working on his second item right now. He's very scary, getting farmed up on Vladimir, and in these team fights, if with no left unchecked, he can be huge.
Oh, it looks like Shenaniganism might be going down here, and Bel'Veth's gonna pick up the kill, which means another ult for her. We got the cane going in on the Vigard here. Vigard's gonna try to blow up that Lucian, but he does have the resurrection on him. Not quite low enough to get executed though. Keep going, Kane. You got this. Here comes Belveth. I don't think Belveth is much of a terror for him, though. It's like, he can take her. The sustain on that Kane is insane.
Yeah, that is the thing. They have burst, but with Vlad able to come back and sustain into fights, and that Kane coming back into fights, and Zillion to bring you back into fights, it's kind of a... Do you really have a kill locked down? Don't get baited.
Yeah, like the Belveth is doing damage. Like she shows up, she does a shit ton of damage, and it's like great, but then they have so much comeback from it with the sustain from the Vladimir, from the Kane, the resurrection from the Zillion. Like there's just so much to just be like, your damage is temporary. Like you're gonna have to wait another basically 12 seconds before you're able to do that much damage again. So let's just bring everybody back and we'll just redo it.
So at this point in the game, even though Baron's on the table, I feel like with Belveth being the and Disc 100 being the clearly strong member of Ornn's Otters, and very more than happy to kind of sit and scale and continue to get items. As I say, that he's
in danger here.
Members.
I almost feel like Belveth needs to start building maybe tankier. She just got into the stride breaker, so she's got the damage, but she's getting out sustained like super hard.
If you're Belveth, you want to be doing. You want to be coming into these fights a little bit later, and that's what made that fight that they had a moment ago in the mid lane so successful, is coming in on the back and making sure that you're staying alive in these little skirmishes, so you're not the focus. Anytime there's two people that are just going to immediately be able to lock you down, now Belveth is gonna fall early. But I agree, if there's some way of getting Belveth to stay alive a little longer in these fights, that's going to be really important.
Looney says, how hard in chat? Go away, Looney. Looney's one of my friends. Yeah, nasty. Looney is also one of the shout characters we had all the time last season, one of the drag queens. Hi, Looney. Welcome to the stream.
Yes, welcome. I was saying, I would not expect either team here to look for Baron, even though it would be strong on Belveth. I think we're going to see a dragon, at least one more dragon go down before either team makes a serious play for Baron, with both teams power players in Vladimir Kane and Belveth, kind of, and Viger, always all looking just to want to scale a little bit more before they grab maybe an item or a half item before they really commit to a full fight. But here's 3 on a gank.
Leona's probably going to survive this. Vigar is going to try to maybe pick somebody off with a stun.
Teleports come through, and watch the map. Quinn is quickly approaching if the HP bars get too low.
Whack! There goes the R from the Vigar. And they see you. He's trying to do a sneaky play over on that. Can't quite get the sustain off. That was a great turn on blue side. I thought they were in some serious danger.
Yeah, bringing the teleport, bringing the Quinn over. It times up okay for this Baron, at least to get some control of the area, although Kai'Sa's Kittens will have an opportunity to rush down there if they want to. Nope, they won't even be able to stall them off, so they're just going to trade straight up. Vladimir just going to take it, put some damage on the top turret and trade for this dragon. It's only the second one.
Yeah, because right now, if blue side does not get picks, like they have to commit extra resources basically to any objective. Because right now they're losing fights in full-on like 4v4, 5v5s. If they can outnumber, they got it. Putting some burst on the Lux here. She has no mana, but she's just gonna flash out of there, no problem. Kane said, come here, let's fight. He's like, I'm coming with you, girly.
We're gonna help you have a Zillion who's gonna turn the tides here. 1v3 now.
Oh, she is putting some serious damage on. I know that sustain from the Kane is just too much right now. And he's already got the Spear of Shojin, so his cooldown's gonna be crazy.
what a close game here, just back and forth as the gold bang even. Both teams with clear kind of win conditions and ideas for how to win this game or take these fights. Picks on both sides. Friggin' charging forward on Quinn.
Yeah, it's literally just who picks who first. Because they're even on golds. The kills aren't really mattering as far as like gold advantage goes right now. Top goes the Kane. So that is basically their frontliner. So if they want to take an objective, right now is probably the time to do so. Because they can explode basically anybody else. Except for the Vladimir, which he's bot lane right now. So if they want to go for Baron, this is not a terrible time to do so. But Bel'Veth is bot.
Yeah, they're using Nectar well in a side lane. But yeah, Bel'Veth being bot means there's not much of an opportunity for
They're gonna
Baron.
try?
But I'll
no, don't do it, girl. Like, they know it's the time to do it, but they don't have the Bel'Veth. If they had the Bel'Veth, easy. And Vladimir is just putting this Bel'Veth to work.
Right, he says you've got 7 kills, but I have 200 farm. Let's see who wins this duel to
Right,
death.
I'm
Ghost
Vladimir.
goes down.
I can just dodge everything. I do massive bursts. Like, holy crap.
Level 16. I mean, he's gigantic. He's huge. And I think that it's gonna be hard for them to answer on him on the split push or in team fights. So if you're the side of Orange Otters, you've got to be thinking about how do we play around this very scary Nectar on Vladimir.
I haven't seen a Vladimir be played in so long, so it's fun to see him be played and be played well. He opted for the Night Harvester build, which normally I see the Hex Tech. Ooh, got the Lucian ult here. Not going to be enough damage here. They're trying to shove it in. Leona's like, come on in. Let's have a fight. They're sending 3 people over for Vladimir. But I'm running. Running, and running. And Viger gets popped down. Leona went back. She said, good luck defending this tower. Vladimir, are you going to 1v3?
Moving up and just dropping that Hemoplague onto Mowins.
Yeah,
lots
he
of
loses
damage.
The tower, but he holds 3 resources all the way down there. Wei is doing a split push up on the top side.
Do get a sense that Baron is going to be needed by either side to really open up this game.
I Pita Bread says, and we're back to being live. Have we not been live for the past 2 hours? Billion just got his redemption. Quinn picking up a Yomu's. Thank you for following, Tiltery. How are you, Tiltery? We haven't talked in a while. Got some slow pacing here. What's gonna be the next move? We got Dragon up in looks like 25 seconds for the Cloud Drake.
Yeah, it does seem like with neither team wanting to fully commit to Baron, even after some of these picks. I think because Nectar's Vlad is just such a nuisance. Like, Kai's Kittens doesn't want to take anything without Vlad in the area, and Owen's Otters feels too like they're going to lose too much, and they have to send multiple members to him. But now we've got a convergence on bot lane with Quinn pushing top.
Lucian just being liberal with that ultimate. He's like, this is going down. I'm yelling timber. Bel'Veth really wants to make that steal. Leona misses the engage there. Oh, Bel'Veth picks it up. She does the smite steal. But Red's gonna get a pretty good return on the kills here if they can lock down that Leona. Super speed Vladimir. He said, you can flash over that wall. I'm just gonna walk around. I'm coming for you. Viger's gonna pick somebody off with a quick R. Down he goes. He got a godlike Vladimir. This is gonna be some serious push. They lost the dragon, but they're gonna get a lot more off of it. They got plenty of kills. They're gonna get a tower. We got the Quinn split pushing up there, but it's gonna be answered by the Hwei teleport.
And they had to get something. I mean, they committed so many resources, and then losing Dragon with Quinn just freely pushing the top lane, taking 2 turrets up there. They had to do something, and so yes, they were fortunate to get those kills and mid-turret. I would have liked to have seen them at least establish some vision or something around the Baron too, because they lost so much for that thanks to the great steal from Disc 100, who's been everywhere.
Holy
1,000
cow.
gold down, staying too late, Vladimir.
Give her some more split push tools. Give her some
First
money.
death of the game there, 30 minutes.
Yeah, Quinn isn't really having the opportunity to get those like quick assassinations by herself, so she has to play the split push game, and that was definitely what she did there. She's got an inhibitor open now, so yeah, they lost the dragon. I mean, they got the dragon, lost a bunch of people, but they did get something out of it, so decent trade for what it could have been. Lucian's a little trap there.
Kept the gold even, and then giving away the 1,000 gold shutdown.
Yeah.
On Vlad, huge, and now it's been so scrappy since then. Queen of Alpha now caught out. Just trying to ward.
IPETA said, CMSA eSports tried streaming earlier, but their OBS Streamlabs wasn't working, it seemed. I think it was 4 hours ago. Vibros, that was the correct answer. This was a test stream before the games. Yeah, since we switched softwares, I did like a little quick test stream just to make sure that the stream key was working, everything. That way we didn't get to 7 o'clock, and I try to log in, and it's like not working. But all was well, so we're all good.
Baron started up. Everyone now.
Yeah,
hanging.
Red's a little slow on getting here. It's a Baron for Belveth. She gets her ult off. Here comes the babies. Are they able to get off this Vladimir too, or is Vladimir going to turn this around and explode that Belveth? He got him cornered. This is going to be huge for blue side. They got the Baron buff. That means that's going to mean Belveth babies all in the mid lane. They got the inhibitor open up on the top side. They can run up there and take that. This is probably going to be at least 2 inhibitors going down.
Yeah, this could be so much more too. These are gonna be falling incredibly quick. They got everything they wanted to. Orange Otters did off of that, and choosing to take the fight as 5 against the split approaching members of Kites Kittens was the right call, and they continue to siege this base.
Yeah, he's trying to get in there and take off some of the squishies, but he's gonna actually get CC down pretty hard, getting resurrected. Careful, Spriggan, you're a little close. Spriggan goes down. All that sustain. I feel like that Lucian ult really just isn't doing much. Like, one person's eating all of it, but it's maybe half healthing them. I feel like blue side should have refocused and taken that top inhibitor rather than trying to force into those turrets. Yeah, they got one, but it might have been a little bit better to get that inhibitor up top for the extra pressure.
I think their eyes were set firmly on the Nexus there, trying to end the game with the Baroned up Belveth minions. It can happen so quickly, especially with 2 members down. So I like the boldness of the call, and I think that's what's really putting them in the driver's seat now, are these bold calls. So yeah, maybe they weren't able to finish right there, but it's that kind of initiative that's got them this far, and I expect them to keep making calls like that.
Like, all or nothing, baby, all or nothing. Vladimir pick up a Rabadon's death cap. That's going to be some serious damage.
And now, yes, you're in a tough... Just trying to find something on the highlight. Cannot be too far out. And yeah, Kites Kittens, you're in a maybe a tough spot. You're a little bit down, but you do have a big Vladimir with a huge power spike to play off of if they can get something in... If they can get a clumped up team fight. So they still have ways into this game. But that window is getting harder and harder to see.
Lucian ult going off. Gwen is split pushing on the bot side, which I would assume she'd want to go for the top side, maybe pressure that inhibitor, but hey, she's split pushing. She's doing something.
And maybe they want to keep her around for this dragon and expecting a team fight that we might have found.
Let's see. Who's going down? Down goes the Spriggan. Down goes the Kayn. And they got the dragon. That was going to be Cloud Soul. Belveth said these objectives, all mine. No one else's.
He's going to try to turn this team fight solo here.
Vladimir's like, let's fight. Let's do it. Come here.
well peeled by Meowins to make sure that nothing worse happens there. Well played though. Again, Orange Otters. It's actually they're like Kaiser's Kitten's coming out well in a lot of these fights, even being down in gold. But Orange Otters just playing it right. Like they decide, okay, we'll take a fight well away from Dragon. We'll burst it down and just take it before you can actually win a fight and take it yourself. So well thought of to focus the Dragon before committing to a fight there. They need to push through though, because this Vladimir is only getting stronger, and I don't see that they have any great opportunities to really take him down unless it is a 5v1 or 5v2, like his only 2 deaths have been.
Yeah, if they get one fight where Vladimir takes out like 3 or 4 of them, it's going to be a major turn. And with this extra mobility he's getting from the Zillion speed boost on top of him ghosting and having the, I forget what it's called.
Cosmic Drive.
Yeah, the Cosmic
to
Drive.
give him the extra speed, it's a very, very fast Vladimir.
And
but not
he
very
has
fast.
the rune where he gets the speed boost when he flashes. Ooh, all the explosions down here. Kane trying to take out the Belveth. Not quite going to be enough damage, but Vladimir is here. He's like, I'm going to take you guys out. Come here. Come here. Try to throw some CC at me. Pop goes Vigar. Quinn's down there with Leona, though. They're trying to take the base.
Push here. Yeah, channel that recall. You've got to get back. So yes, you picked up some kills, but at what cost?
Yeah, even if they take these 2 down right now, they're not going to have the opportunity to turn anything off of this. Quinn's like, time to ult. Bye. Oh, no, she's staying. She said, we're going to fight it. All or nothing, baby.
See, Vlad is forced to stay in base here. He cannot come and assist because of all the supers barreling down on the Nexus, and so getting to stick around. Number 1 Lamb just trying
she's
to
like, leave me behind, girl. Leave me behind. Oh my god, she's gonna live!
Number 1 Lamb!
Oh, she's not gonna live! Oh!
Down there.
Dang.
The time bomb finally caught up with her.
As time does, time catches up to you eventually. Wow, these games have been like decently long. Like we're already at 9:20.
And it just means that they're close and competitive in this game, even though there is a...
Ooh, poor Lucian gonna get whacked down so fast.
I went out of Fog of War. Yeah, just dies immediately. That is going to give a big opportunity to either right-click the Nexus or go for this Baron.
Oh, here comes Vladimir. Oh, I don't know if you can 1v4. Oh, with Zillion there, you might be able to. All right, down goes the Resurrection. Not quite enough there.
Nectar's Vlad is so scary for Oran's
nasty.
Otters right now. They just don't even really see it coming. They had the opportunity to make a play on Baron, and unfortunately, you said it. He just kind of said, I'm going to 1v2, 1v4, open up some potential for my team now to move in and take control of the Baron area. And they're fishing for picks here with Leona and Insomniac just kind of looking around. Insomniac, you're all alone in the middle of them. What are you going to do?
I'm all alone. But, oh, Vladimir's here. He does catch a snare, though. And then at Leona's done, they said, you're not playing this game. You stay back here. Let Kane take care of this.
Wait, TPing in to join this fight.
Ooh, Belveth, I don't know if you want to be in there, girl. You might just want to let Leona hold them still for a little bit.
And then you have the burst. There it is.
And maybe going to look in to get to that Vladimir, but he's kind of surrounded. I don't think he's going to get it. Spriggan's going to rub my nose in it, too. He was 0-3, and now he's 7-4. He's like, I was a good Quinn.
Oh, starting off the Baron on the side of Kaisa's Kittens. Down 3k gold and with a potentially open Nexus shut down.
Here comes Belveth and Quinn split pushing in there. That Lucian's not going to be able to keep her off, I don't think. Down he goes. She's going to be able to blow him up pretty easy. Down that goes. That's going to be a Baron for Belveth, unless they just decide to close out the game.
Yeah, this is pinging the Nexus coming down right now. You're right. There's no one back. Spriggan and Twin, you were nervous, and who's gonna get the last hit on the Nexus here? 50 kills to Spriggan.
Spriggan says, I was proved myself wrong. Good game. Nice job, Spriggan. And Samziak says, GG's, well played.
Their answer to that impeccably played Vladimir was simply to make the game chaos. To say we're gonna just always fight in all lanes at once and get picks here and never really present a 5v5. And so Nectar, even though it was so big and they had no answer for him, they just played their game and came out ahead. Well played for Orange Otters to get that win.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, in a sense, the Vygar, the blue side team did have more of like a scaling comp in the sense of like the Vygar scaling. You got your Bel'Veth finally getting her items. So those were huge, yes. But then like the Quinn pulling that off, where she didn't really just go for I'm showing up on the screen doing assassinations. She did do that a little bit, but she was able to do that amazing split push. She was making the big plays while maybe they took some losses in another area. But it worked out. Like they were much bigger wins in the long run of succeeding in the game. So I'm going to say MVP goes to Spriggan, but do you have another option in mind?
No, so you can bring on Spriggan? Absolutely.
MVP Spriggan. Congratulations, Spriggan. Let's see. Do we have some time before the next game? Waiting for an invite from Jaybird. Would you mind hopping into their chat really quick and see if Spriggan wants to hop in for a quick interview?
Give me one moment. I'll do just that.
Actually, let's do it at the end of the next game because they're about to go in.
Okay, excellent.
All right, so we've got name of this team. Got round 3, Orange Otters versus Brahms Babes. Brahms Babes is drafter is gonna be Frosty Penguins. Got Graham, KZ, however you say that. Yeah. Squall, and then third person. Let's see. They got one sub. It looks like that is third person. No, third person's there. Squall's there. Graham is gray. Either that's a sub or Graham is gray. One of the two. See, I'm trying to remember who these guys play. I know Frosty plays typically ADC. He's either going to be ADC or top. When he's ADC, he's almost 100% going to be banned off of Twitch because he always plays Twitch and he like rocks off Twitch.
That's what I was going to say. So strong on that champion.
I think his second option is usually Kog'Maw. So he does pretty decent on that. If he gets top lane, he's going to want to go Nasus. So I'm curious to see what he's queued as. If he is the drafter, he's probably in his primary role, so he's probably going to be ADC. I don't think I remember what anyone else plays on this team, though, unless you're familiar with anybody.
No, I think, third person is going to definitely want to play some Illaoi in the top lane if they can get him, or maybe Kale, if I remember correctly. Strong in that position, but I'm not sure where they're going. I'm unfamiliar with Gray, and then I can't remember what Kha'Zix likes to do. I feel like he's got a solid champion pool here.
Oh right, duh! I'm taking up their spot. Oopsies.
Just to jump into the game.
Too busy talking about y'all. Distracted. I'm over here stalling the game. Grace says blushing. Jeez, I just realized Mawins is level 748. That's a whole lot of League of Legends. I think I'm in the 300s, and I've been playing since the game was in beta. I think I took a year off, like right when leveling was raised from like level 30. So maybe that's why I'm behind. Or person says, all good things, I hope. Yes, all good things, of course. I'm not gonna say anything bad about anybody. That wouldn't be very nice. Bowen says, in 2020, I gained like 500 levels. Ah, yeah. COVID. Makes sense. At home, just leveling up on League. I think that's right around when I wasn't playing League as much. I think right around when COVID started, that's when I moved to South Carolina. I was there for a year. So I think for that year, I just didn't play as much League. So I just didn't really catch up on the levels. So it looks like I'm a noob in a sense. Frosty's over here with 811. He plays ARAM like crazy. So I don't know if you guys get more experience in ARAM or just because the games are quicker.
Oh.
Maybe that's just what I need to do. I need to start playing a bunch of ARAM. That way I can level up.
There you go. That's the ticket. Just
Yeah.
get the casual ARAM W's.
I mean, I've been playing a bunch of ARAM with the CMSA people lately, but like with my general friend group, we don't do a whole lot of ARAM because it's not their preferred game mode. So I'm usually stuck in Flex or TFT. I love TFT. TFT games can be pretty long. They're usually like 45 minutes, unless I absolutely get stomped.
I will say the ARAM League that CMSA is running looks really interesting. If I didn't have so many like weekly commitments, and once it was like my one free night, I would be so tempted to join that.
Right.
Like that just sounds like a hoot to get with 4 of your friends and just go on and try to stomp on the howling abyss.
I wish there was a way. Like I know this season, and I think the last season they did it so that they basically group up as a team of 5 and they're just basically going against randoms. That way they can do the rerolls. Whereas in the past, like there wasn't any rerolls or something like that. I wish there was a way for it to be 5v5 with the rerolls. League needs to get on that because that would be really fun.
Oh, for sure. But I think that even then they managed to make it so interesting with all the little points you can get for like getting like SDing in the enemy nexus or getting out without dying or just little achievements that you can grab for points. It's just such a well maintained, and it's the last day. It's the last day for signups, right? For the ARAM League signups if you're interested. So if you are interested in watching, please go do that right away.
Absolutely. Thank you for following 400 Poppy. Appreciate you. Disc 100 says amazing game, everyone. That was fun. Mithra says LOL farts often on your friends list. I know, his name is so funny. We call him Gas. And Vibro says, what day are you free, Sam VC? I'll move ARAM League for you.
So, I mean, part of why I'm not free is because I now am committed to reading a book for the CMSA book club that I'm so excited for, and that didn't get plugged in the pregame. So, anyone listening, please check out the CMSA book club because it's just starting and it's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to do it. Just such a variety of things to do on the Discord.
What are you guys reading first?
So it is. Oh, I'm gonna forget. It is a YA novel. I want to say it's the Toll Booth is in the title. I just purchased it off of Amazon today. It is The Last Night at the Telegraph Club. Is our first novel. It's a historical novel. Set in San Francisco, tells the story of Lily Hu, a teenage daughter of Chinese immigrants, as she begins to explore her sexuality. I've actually had really great things. I've heard really great things about it. I've had some of my students actually that have recommended me the book in the past, and so I'm excited to finally get to read it.
Interesting. I wish I had the patience to read. Anytime I try to read, I start falling asleep, and I can't help it. But I was able to do an audiobook recently while I was driving.
It's available on audiobook for free if you have a Spotify, so consider it.
I'll think about it. Probably not going to happen, but I was literally trapped in the car for like 12 hours. That's the only reason I was able to listen to this audiobook. And it was a book that I actually read back in high school that I already knew I loved. So it was easy to listen to it. But otherwise, I don't know. I wish I can get into reading. I just can't.
If I were you.
Oh, they banned out the Quinn. They said they
Look
don't want
at
that
that.
split push back in our game.
Unsurprising with the Twitch and the Alawi bans. I feel
100%.
Getting them off the comfort picks right away is important.
Which means they might try to first pick maybe the Vel'Koz for Frosty. That way he gets an ADC that he's pretty comfortable with rather than getting banned out.
And Gale, okay. So double targeting that top lane.
Did I say Vel'Koz? I meant Kog'Maw. I meant to say Kog'Maw. I can't remember what I
You
said.
said Kog'Maw earlier when you were talking about the champion pool. So
Okay.
yeah, we could see a Kog'Maw or some other. Frosty's got some tricks up his sleeve. Lilia, yes.
Ooh,
Love the pick.
this could be a Lilia jungle or a Lilia top. I feel like I mostly see her in the top lane nowadays, even though she's supposed to be in the jungle.
Yeah, it can be, you know, and the last time I saw Lilia, it was Lilia mid. So who knows where this Lilia is going. And Swain picked up, okay.
Swain is a strong pick, basically in any team comp.
I agree, offering that tank, like pseudo tankiness, some catch potential, strong damage, hard to kill. Solid choice.
Seriously. Another Lux game! Woo! Never enough
Maintaining,
Lux.
You know, her status, she doesn't want to lose the title of most picked champion in CMSA eSports. Got to start off early by getting all the Lux picks in.
Seriously.
Lead wire to wire.
I'm surprised she's not banned every first set, because she's getting picked if she's not banned. Ooh, Vigar again, but on the other team this time. It's probably gonna be the Vigar mid, not the Vigar APC bot lane. Got the Zac in the jungle, so that looks like it is gonna be the Lilia top lane. Unless it's Vigar support. These guys are throwing me off with throwing these guys wherever they want at this point. Zillion picked up again. Where are our last 4 bans gonna be?
Illian Swain is a scary combination. And I don't quote me on this, but for a while there was an interaction where during the Zillion revive, the Swain ultimate would continue to work, doing damage to the opponents. So Swain loves movement speed, so I like the little synergy we're seeing here already on that side of the map.
Now, I'm wondering what the placement's going to be here. Zillion basically has to be support. Like, he could go mid, but he's more than likely support here. Lux mid. So is that going to be an APC Zillion bot lane, or is that going to be the solo lane Swain top lane?
You know, Swain can definitely go top lane. It could also go as a AP carry bot lane, if times are tough. So I think, I mean, not that I have to put any predictions down, but it seems like perhaps they've held their AD carry in their jungle for their last 2 picks. But who knows? I've been surprised all night with picks, and I'm happy to be surprised further.
Seriously. The last ban gonna be... They didn't ban out Kog'Maw, so Frosty's probably gonna hover over that. Unless he's been working on somebody else recently. I think he was playing Callista too for a little bit, actually. So we could see one of the two.
I did talk to him about Callista. I would love to see a Callista. Although Callista Zillion, it's a lane. She doesn't really benefit from the speed boost all that well.
Well, Zillion's on the enemy team.
Oh, for the Frosty, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, we have the Frosty picking last. So locked. I'm just so curious as to where everyone's going on that side.
Seriously, like now, it's gotta be Swain bot lane with Ornn top.
It does look that way. There you go. You've called it.
Pick up the Kog'Maw. I am very excited to see Kog'Maw with the new items, because Kog'Maw has been so hard to make work since they redid the items, where previously he was a very, very strong ADC. With the new items, I have a feeling it's going to make a huge comeback into the meta.
I think anytime that they introduce new items, sometimes they tend to forget about some of the carries that can use items well, like Kog'Maw or Ezreal, and so always some experimenting to be done whenever there's new items. Although with Kog'Maw locked in the bot lane, I was expecting some sort of a protect the Cog support there, but Nefari, not it. So now I'm very much thrown off by what they're looking to accomplish.
They got Veigar Kog'Maw bot.
I think that might be what it is. Not a lane I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a really rough lane for the Kog'Maw. It could be Lux Swain bot, it could be Zillion Swain bot. Either one of those has quite a bit of lockdown that Kog'Maw's not gonna like very much. Swain himself is gonna be not very nice to Kog'Maw.
No, and this is an immortal team here where you have a very tanky Ornn, you have a Zillion and a Kindred. I think both are going to synergize excellently with Swain, just doing damage in the middle. And you've got Zac and Nefari that want to jump in, and who are they really going to go for? I guess they can try to jump on Lux, but you've got multiple ways for Lux to save herself. So looking at it right now, I'm so intrigued at this combination of Red Side's put together with Kindred, Zillion, Swain that I'd love to see it played out in these team fights.
Seriously, if you're watching the stream right now, you've got about 1 minute and 30 seconds to throw in your predictions based on the team comps right now. So if you're looking at these two, are you leaning towards the red side with the invulnerable comp that they've got going on, or who do you think is going to come out as the winner based off of the team comps here?
Yeah, I think we've got an Ornn on Ornn's Otters, and I think I'm leaning towards red side with Ornn's Otters right now, just because I'm a big fan of kind of the synergies that exist within the champions of their comp. That said, I see a very strong mid game for them, but they're facing an incredibly strong hyperscaling comp with Kog'Maw and Veigar, so they really need to make sure that they are in control of the map in the early and mid stages of this game, and really upping the tempo to make sure that Frosty's Kog'Maw can't pop off.
Yeah, I feel like red side has a lot of answers to Kog'Maw, specifically because Kog'Maw is so immobile and he doesn't really have his own CC to protect himself. Veigar might be a little bit more well off. I would have loved to see some more crowd control in their team. The Naafiri and the Lilia aren't going to be doing much for Veigar and Kog'Maw. So it just seems like every champion is their own individual thing going on over there right now. So there isn't a whole lot of this is our strategy in team fights. It's kind of who's going to deal the most damage the fastest. So that could go well for them if each of them get their own respective kills. They each get ahead. They can carry themselves without really depending on each other too much. But yeah, if you're looking at team fights in general, red side's got it holy crap lockdown. They have so much CC, they have so much burst, they have great consistent damage with Kindred and Swain. They've got the revives ×2 basically. They've got the power tanks. Anything you could possibly want, red side has. Whereas blue side has a very niche strategy going on here. And with our poll, we had 2 votes, which was the total amount of votes going towards red side as well. So the odds are very much in red side's favor right now.
Okay.
May the odds be ever in your favor, Kog'Maw and Veigar.
Kog'Maw. And Frosty on Kog'Maw is going to need it because normally when I see Kog'Maw, I think that there's some protection around Kog'Maw, and they don't have it.
No.
So there are other threats that hopefully, and maybe certainly not a Vi level dive onto the Kog'Maw. So he can, Frosty can keep his distance away from Ornn's Otters and definitely pile on the hurt. But yes, as you said, it seems like kind of an easier execute composition here coming out of Ornn's Otters with a clear goal.
Yeah, I could see how it could be hard for them to get to Kog'Maw Veigar just because they're going to have the Veigar wall in the way. There is going to be a Zac in the way. But other than that, there isn't going to be a whole lot of obstacles stopping them from getting back there. But like you said, they don't have the like dive or anything like that. They're kind of slow to get in themselves. They do have a lot of opportunities to hold somebody still if they get caught out. But if they are safe enough, Kog'Maw and Vygar that is, they could potentially keep distance well enough to take down their tanks pretty quickly and get to late game and win.
Right. I think that's the idea. So they're going to have to play to that idea, which means a lot of patience in the early game. I wouldn't be surprised if they're playing to that strategy to kind of give up the first 1, 2, maybe even 3 damage, 3 dragons rather, while they sit back and scale. But that can spell disaster if you let the other team have their way on the rift. So let's see how it shakes out as they step on.
Uh-oh, the game is showing, but is not streaming.
Welcome to
Oh, so the viewers just missed the pentakill?
Oh, game paused.
Disconnected.
Reloading game for Mount.
Okay.
That gives me an opportunity. I can get the show up. Come on, game. Love technical.
A summoner has disconnected.
Okay, so is this going to be a full remake or just a reconnection? Do we have word from the players? Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, hopefully we'll get on as soon as we can.
I'm going to force close the game and hopefully. Oh wait, no, it came back. Perfect. Well, it came back for me. Mount isn't in yet.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh, I think they're all leaving.
Full on remake? Okay.
I think so. Oh, my chat doesn't. I tried.
A summoner has reconnected.
Okay, no, they're reconnecting.
A summoner has reconnected.
He reconnects. They're asking if they're ready. Looks like it's not going to be a full remake. Yeah, that is support Vygar. A Fury in the mid lane.
The Fury in the mid lane, yeah.
There. That is Zillion mid lane, I believe. Yeah, it looks like Swain Lux bot lane. Lux support.
Swain Lux in the bot lane. All right.
Yeah.
More surprises.
Spawn.
Interesting choices today. Interesting choices. Uh-oh, we're phasing again? That one might be me. Oh, there it goes. They said last game of the day. Let's have all the technical difficulties. We'll just slam them all in right now.
Okay, both teams just content to sit.
No invading.
And not invade, level 1.
That's a very cute Kindred skin. What is that? Is that the cat and dog one? That's cute.
I think you're right. That is very cute.
Little corgi
A
doing little
rainbow
swirls.
coming out of the corgi. Oh,
That's so cute.
I've seen that. Crystal Rose on the Swain.
Oh, Frosty being generous and using his ability to do some extra damage on this red buff for him.
Yeah, very generous leash. Both sides actually helping out their jungle significantly. Good for them. No early pushes from either team.
They're dancing at each other up here in top lane. A little bit of trading down the bot lane.
But I think, that's going to be number one Lamb that's going to be responsible for doing most of the trading on Lux right now until Jaybird hits level 2 on Swain. Tough to do a lot unless you can fish for a never move early.
Ooh, this Lux is putting herself in danger. They all level up at the exact same time. Lux walking right into some pure damage there. Lamb is being very aggressive, but not really protecting themselves while they're doing it. So they're trying to put on the damage, but they're taking way more than they're dishing out.
Right, and that's just mostly auto attacks from both, but the root's coming down. Gray flashing away on that little Veigar.
Poor Vegassi.
The next snare that lands could be curtains.
The Fury is another champion that I haven't seen a lot of, except when I'm watching CMSA. Oh, putting some serious damage down on Spriggan here. He is Ornn, though. Ornn just doesn't die, no matter what you do. And I've seen Spriggan play Ornn many a times, and I've seen him like struggle early on just because he's playing Ornn, but he usually like really skills and pops off later on. His Ornn's a little terrifying. Oh, Veigar, you're getting pulled in there with him. Ooh, just swinging a miss on the snare.
Rossi doing a great job on Kog'Maw of stepping up and punishing every time these spells are down. Oh, all in on the top. There's first blood on to third person Zalilia against Spriggan 9 Zorn, who might need a little bit more time to ramp up.
Yeah, that true damage, the little bonk there, it just really took out the Ornn. Like, normally he's pretty comfortable on low health and doesn't have to worry too much, but hey, that's surprising amount of true damage so soon. That's gonna be a little punishing.
That early smite from Disc 100 on Kindred gives Kha'Zix on Zac kind of a free scuttle there. Oh, Frosty moving way up though. Root lands.
Holy aggression. Lux doesn't have any mana. He uses the cleanse, but it might be a little too late. But he had the flash to get himself out of there. He is safe.
Somehow safe against 2 snares there. I thought for sure he was going to go down, but I think you're right. The cleanse was just what he needed, but did have to blow both some. So super scary if you're getting hit by any of these snares. You're going to take so much damage on Kog'Maw.
Yeah, he got super lucky that Lux ran out of resources. If she had just a little bit more mana from maybe one more ability, I don't think he would have made it out. It's actually looking good for Veigar here. He's going to be in a good spot to just pick up all these minions with his Q, basically. Stacks on stacks on stacks.
And got there in the nick of time, so Jaybird unable to crash the lane like he probably wanted to do. You saw him channel it back and then realized, the lane didn't hit. Now
he didn't have the mana to do it.
But I'm out of mana, so it's a trickier position. I don't know that there's a big punish, though, that's going to be able to happen with the jungler on the top side of the map. Great job, though, by Frosty to hold the wave there and deny some creep.
Got Lux roaming to help push the mid lane a little bit. They're like, let's just shove this in. Deny some creeps.
To make sure it gets crashing, you're coming up on the level 6 timers for the solo lanes. And so definitely opportunity to take control, get some vision down, and maybe play for a pick.
He's looking at trying to get this Lilia here.
She is so mobile.
Walking over vision.
6. Ornn can pull something out.
That was an interesting
here.
Choice. Run, Lilia, run!
Forge.
She said, go to sleep, leave me alone. Whack! Man, holy whack on the damage.
Third person turns it around with nothing but an amp tome.
Ooh, down goes Veigar. Frosty's like, I'm gonna get 1 for 1, I think. He's not quite gonna be able to put enough damage maybe on there.
Great root, the double root from these two. Can you get it down?
Turn around and smack, but the passive, he forgot the passive.
The shield wasn't quite enough trading, but did get the 2 kills.
That was a little bit of greed.
Yes.
Swain was like, I'm scot free, I can get out of here. And he's like, but I can get a kill if I turn around. But Kog'Maw passive.
And while all that was happening, Kha'Zix Squall taking the dragon and now finding more targets.
For a second there, I thought, why would Zilean ult? Like, it's kind of a waste. He's just there by himself. He's going to re-die. But Lux was there to pick him up and save him, so that's good. Ornn completely out of mana. Struggling here to kind of keep up with the Lilia damage, but he's on par with farm, so he's probably not feeling too much hurt.
That's what he does best. Third person trying not to feel too much hurt here.
And Kindred, she is like 3 levels behind that Lilia, and Ornn did not have any mana, so I was like, that's ballsy, girl.
No level 6 here. I think Jaybird might be okay.
Oh yeah.
But it's going to be now problematic because you're going to have to stay here low resources against this big wave.
Got hit by that.
Friggin' so low.
All right, he's like, okay, it's time to go back.
Yeah, I think he was trying to wait out that teleport, but it's just not going to happen. It's too far away.
Uh-oh, Swain getting locked down. He's going to take some serious damage, but he's got his ult. Not quite going to get him back up enough, though. Frosty's like, I'm just out for blood.
I had the right idea, I think, to look for the all-in right as the ult happened, but I probably needed to wait out or dodge the snare.
Oh, the laser just misses, but the passive's still going to knock him out.
Does not matter.
And that just skinny miss on that Lux laser. Like, that...
Herald started up.
Horde fight. Here's Zach charging up on the Zilean. Got him leashed on there. Point and click diving from the Fury. Electrocute proc. Zach ultimate. He's going to revive himself here. Lux is here to try to follow up. Run, Zilean, run. Kindred here to be like, get off my Zilean. Bad dog.
Wow, and all parties just walk away. Too much revive there and too much support.
Name of the game.
Lot spend, but nothing burned.
Right, we're getting to the point where Ornn might be able to start out damaging the Lilia in exchanges. Just from the explosive burst potential that he has. Waiting to see if he's going to be able to flip it around. Zilia's been doing pretty well, though, making sure he stays down.
Yeah, she's doing well, just moving in and getting like short little quick trades as she wants. Do the damage and then prance away.
Oh, that's going to be some damage on Spriggan. He's going to go back. Like I said, I'm used to seeing Spriggan kind of struggle earlier with the Ornn, so I'm not too worried about him still, but he is definitely getting punished up there. Uh-oh. Walking right into him. Swing going in, but he's stuck in the baby cage. Kog'Maw just gotta sit still, but they're both standing the ult now. Now you guys are sustaining him. Ouchie.
Yeah,
Oh no, he came too close. Okay, Kog'Maw didn't pop
Thought he
him.
was gonna go back. Didn't quite have the burst to finish off that Swain, who is just going to be getting harder and harder to kill, especially if he wants to go into some magic resistance, which would be a solid pickup, I think, against this team.
Oh yeah, once I saw Kog'Maw walk into the Swain ult, I was like, there's no way the Swain's going down now. Now he's draining 2 champions. Unlikely. Game's feeling pretty ballsy. She just kept taking that camp when there's 3 champions right there. Is she gonna get out? She's gonna turn around. You're crazy.
Crazy is right.
That must have been
no
a
amount
misclick.
of Lamb's respite that is gonna save you now.
Absolutely not. That had to have been a misclick of some sort. Oh, here comes that fight where Ornn may be able to turn this around on her. Not quite enough damage. He keeps catching those knockups though. Rift Herald dropped in the bot side.
I like this to give the gold to your bot lane here, especially the carry of Frosty Penguins.
I mean, they're basically both going to be carries
choice.
down here. Vigar's probably going to
This is
scale. He's not going to scale as much since he's not farming with his Q. But hey, if he farms enough champions. Ooh, Kled's coming off a little too late. Got the Swain ult going down with the Kog'Maw. He's probably gonna be able to pop off this Viger as well. Baby Cage already went down. He's gonna try to take Lux with him, and she gets R'd.
Shut down.
So some stacks going down and a shutdown with Viger.
There we go. Who needs to farm
action
Q when you
just
can farm
is everywhere.
champs? The amount of mobility that this Zillion Kindred combo have, even with Naafiri just point and click being able to dive on them, they're able to pretty much navigate around that no problem.
It's so much fun to play a mobile AD carry, such as Kindred or Lucen, or with like a Zillion to give you the speed as well, because you just feel like you're a superhero running around and just dodging everything on the Rift.
Yeah, I wish Kindred was more viable bot lane as an ADC, because I think she's such an interesting character, but she does get absolutely crapped on if you do play her ADC, and I just don't enjoy her as much in the jungle either.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Maybe with the new items she'll become viable bot lane. We'll see.
I think that's what Red Team definitely wanted. Get the kills,
Ooh,
move
Burning
on,
Spriggan,
take
Burning
your free
Spriggan.
dragon.
He's gonna live.
No Leandry's Torment yet. Otherwise, you're gone.
Turret plating will soon
Mythics will be coming through shortly for some of these champions.
Ooh. He's gonna live? He's gonna live? He's like, I'll take a couple turret hits, it's fine.
This is big. You've just opened up the game a lot if you're on Orange Otters. Moving around, taking the dragon, getting some plates in the mid lane. Lots of gold, and here are the Mythics. You've got Leandry's and Luden's now on your bot lane. The first big spike of the game, Lilia in the top has also her Leandry, so going to be doing a lot of damage to that Ornn for the time being.
Yeah, that Ornn's been getting away with very little health, so this Leandry's gonna really secure where he was coming out a little bit safe. They're getting these kills, but this Kog'Maw passive, it's just returning the favor. Like, yeah, Kog'Maw is getting a couple kills, but it is making me nervous how powerful Swain and Lux are getting right now. They've got 9 kills to put together versus 5 on Kog'Maw Vigar.
You like to see that shutdown gold going on to Kog'Maw. I think Frosty's lucky and happy that he's getting these vengeance kills with that Icathian. Well, not so much a surprise anymore. It's happened on multiple times. Definitely getting full value out of the Kog'Maw passive this game.
100%. I feel like the Swain kind of keeps forgetting about it, because he'll like go into the fights and he'll get literally on top of him, like standing on top of him, and then it's like, oh cool, he's dead, but now you're dead too.
A #1 Lamb on Lux is trying so hard to throw out the barrier and help him live, and it's just not quite enough.
Yeah, she's probably maxing out her damage. She's probably not leveling up her shield or anything.
Oh, no.
So.
Vulnerable, just staying alive.
And another resurrection. But don't just keep killing him over and over. It's fine. That's going to be a 3-0 Naafiri. That's going to be some serious damage being put down. And Naafiri is basically their only like heavy AD user, because most of Kog'Maw's damage is going to be magic damage.
And I would really like to see Lux has come up here. You know, she's doing what she can to kind of fend this off while reinforcements arrive. I would like to see Swain come onto the map too. Swain is so strong, and if you want to fight around these neutral objectives as they're doing now, you need your Swain.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be a big playmaker, but if he gets trapped down here, just kind of clearing the bot wave, then he's not gonna have such a big impact on the fights. Oh, okay.
Again, he's got a slow to utilize.
Yeah, he's gonna probably beat Frosty in the skirmish here, but Frosty might be able to return the favor.
Never move. Never mind, he said. Picking it up.
Not quite
this
enough.
time. The surprise will not catch him.
Time to go back, everyone. I was like, what's Zillion's back? But I don't think he has a skin, so he doesn't get it back. Kog'Maw is up on farm by quite a bit too. Like about 11 farm.
And that's what Frosty's got to do. I mean, early game he knew he was seeding this bot lane, and I think the Veigar roaming just confirms us. The strategy is just okay. We'll leave Frosty's Cog alone. Let him scale. Try to make sure the rest of the map doesn't go crazy, and they're doing a good job of that. I mean, they're ahead in gold.
Nefiri's gap close is so freaking busted. I was arguing with one of my friends the other day. I was just like, Nefiri's point and click engage needs to be an ultimate. And they're like, no, you can stop it. We just watched Lux snare them while they were charging up, and they still went. Like, it's a point and click engage when you're an assassin. Frosty just sitting there waiting for the fight. Poor Ornn just getting bullied by Lilia up here. She's just been glued to turret the entire time. Ornn probably really wants to be a part of these fights too, but with all this pressure, he can't. He's stuck.
So another dragon here. Kind of just gonna be taken over for free. No contested real dragons here, although Disc coming in trying for his last second steal.
Oh, I'm gonna pick up the Lux. Oh, someone's teleporting on him. You better run, girl. Run!
Unstoppable.
It's like Vision.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Tried the Vision of the Empire, wasn't quite, just missed though. Good sidestep by Frosty.
I think it's gonna be a Chemtech soul this game.
Jaybird going for no Rod of Ages, no Rylai's, just going straight for the all damage sorcerers, Leandries. It looks like Zanya's in the wings here. So
I'm here to carry.
Recognizing that I'm the carry here and I've got enough resurrections and revives, I don't need the HP bar.
Ornn's got enough HP bar to spare, so he can share it with the rest of his team. Red Herald number 2 going ahead and smacking down the red side turret. Ooh, Ornn trying to put up a fight here. Kindred might be able to jump in on this. She is 4 levels behind this Lilia, though. Slow goes off. She's going to chase her. Not quite going to reach. Ooh, put her to sleep.
Trying so hard to get that mounting dread, but couldn't quite get the third hit. Been very close to the execute.
Yeah, this Kindred is very, very behind. Being 0 and 6 in the jungle, that does not feel good.
Yeah, and just Kindred playing just so aggressive and so well. It just unfortunately has not panned out for him this game, but even then has been around. Like you get the sense that he's not far from finding a kill and maybe getting himself back into this game, but he needs something.
True. I feel like it's gonna get harder and harder as we get later in the game, though. Oh, the Lux is gonna get exploded, and the Swain picks up the Veigar.
It's such an interesting score line when you look at it. You have this Nefari, Squall's Nefari with so many kills. You have Frosty, yeah, 6 death, but enough kills on Kog'Maw to start being relevant here. And pretty much everything on Jaybird 98, Wayne, and number 1 Lamb's Lux to try to stay in the game. You've got to play around your powerful bot lane here if you're Ornn's Otters and you want to accomplish something.
Yeah, once Kog'Maw gets probably his 3rd item, he's gonna be very, very hard to kill. Right now, they can deal with him a little bit, but I don't think for very long. Swain roaming around here, finally punishing this Lilia, being like, all right, you're done bullying my Ornn. Time to get messed up.
And getting a shot down on the Ornn, that's going to be big to help him back into this game.
Absolutely.
Gonna need, like you said, the HP bar of that Ornn at some point this game.
He's gonna get there. Like I was saying, I've seen him struggle early game all the time with Ornn. And then he always ends up being a monster later on. So I expect him, even if he's struggling now, to just not worry about anything later on. He's gonna be such a beefcake.
And who's not a beefcake is great. Just getting killed from practically a screen away. And friggin' getting run down in the top lane as well.
They said, oh, you got a kill? Time to mess you up. Your gold's worth something now.
Pushing off 1-for-1 here.
Lilia teleporting back up top. Oh, they said, no, you can't have that. She did get it.
Just gonna pop away those dances of arrows on Kindred. And now we're gonna gear up for a fight.
I don't think the rest of the team is ready for it, though.
Victor.
Ooh, Swain getting bursted down. Another invulnerability. And a revive. God forbid someone stays dead for very long. And that's gonna turn the fight for them. They were losing, and then they said, revive, invulnerable, revive.
It's the immortal Orange Otters here. The composition they've broken out. The Swain going in there, so squishy with his item choice, but it doesn't matter when you've got ways to keep him alive. Didn't even need to commit the Zillion ulti, the Chrono Shift onto Jaybird there. And so, yeah, tough to win a fight against this. And I'm not sure if you're in the side of Brahms Babes how you're gonna deal with this. Although some important ults were used, and I think we're gonna have a bit of a skirmish here around this dragon as the pings go down and the dragon gets started.
Yeah, I don't think Red has enough resources here, though. They're gonna get kind of canceled out in this. They do have a teleport coming in, but Zillion already went down. Lux is low. Swain is here. That could turn the things here. Man, his ult cooldown is nothing. The fact that he has that back already. But Lilia is doing so much damage, and she is so fast. She's just bobbing and weaving, burning, murdering. Everything is hers to play with.
And the ult cooldowns that... just missed because they could take a leaping in there. Surely then this is a dragon going to go over to Brahms Babes. I think that Orange Otters committed so much to that mid lane push to take turret, and it was just a little earlier than Dragon. And so that gave Brahms Babes the chance to go in and fight at Dragon without the Kindred, without the Lamb's Respite, without the Chrono Shift. And that was definitely the difference in that second fight.
Yeah, and if they had Ornn there, like if they should have postponed it a little bit longer. The Kindred starting it so early was way too risky after they just used all of their ults, and they're basically on blue side of the map. And blue had everyone up too. That was very risky.
They do ping for a bear, and I think that might be a little too much. If they wanted it, they should have gone to it straight away before Dragon.
Oh, they're turning on this Vigar. Vigar's probably gonna get popped down here. Like I said, that is way too much for me right now. Time to back up.
Now the support's down, and Lilia is having to tuck tail. Jaybird going all in. Frosty, you've got to get away from this one.
Yeah, Frosty is literally like, get me out, get me out.
He finds the gap close on the ground, fortunately, so he's gone.
Kog'Maw's got a second item finished. I'm assuming he's probably gonna go for the Ginsu's for his third one, and then that's really when he's gonna pop off. He'll be able to stand still and probably eat most of that team. Ooh, he's getting rooted. The Lux doesn't have quite enough burst to take anyone down right now. She's fed, but it's not enough. Lilia doing her best to put down the burns. Kog'Maw's getting CC'd. He's getting some autos off on the Ornn, though. A revive on the Ornn. And a Lamb's Respite. God forbid they die. Lilia said, it's fine. You guys can keep reviving. I'll kill you again.
Blue team double kill.
There was just no way to dive into the backline. Frosty Penguins on Kog'Maw got so low, or was so low at the start of the fight, but it didn't matter. He was just able to unload and got all of HP back from Blade of the Ruined King with no one to dive. Jaybird not having Swain ultimate available to him at the start of that fight was really important. And third person is putting in so much work with Lilia, just in terms of damage over time with that Leandries and the slows of the Rylai's. That is kind of your protect the cog. You've got a Cage coming out from Vagar with the Event Horizon, and you've got the slows from the Rylai's on Lilia, and so it is tough for this team to actually harass Kog'Maw.
Especially in that situation when they're in the jungle with like all those different paths. Kog'Maw was literally behind a giant wall while the other enemy team was on the other side. He only had one target to focus. He could just sit there. He literally didn't have to move. He just had to sit there and auto attack Orin while everyone else was fighting on the other side of the wall. And then he can move on to the next target and then to the next target. Like he was just in a really good spot to be able to just literally stand still and auto, which is what you want on Kog'Maw.
If you're thinking through as Orin's Otters, how do you turn these fights around? I think you really want to wait here on Swain to complete Rylai's, because you really want to make sure that the other team cannot just dance around and apply lots of free damage to you and you unable to get on priority targets. And I have to stop because we're already getting caught.
Ooh, down goes Frosty. I almost want to say it's tough because I almost want Swain to basically go into Spirit Visage that we can actually participate in these fights longer. But they don't have enough burst damage on their team either for him to be able to do that. Like Lux is here, but Lux isn't bursting as heavily as she could. And Kindred is too behind to be like a sub carry. So they're in a really rough spot.
And the tanky stats are tough when you've got Lilia with true damage and you've got Kog'Maw with true damage. And so I like the idea of going for damage here and that Jaybird's bought into. I think they need a little bit more kind of ability to stick onto the targets when they find things. I think Swain is really... Oh, and another snare lands. This could be a quick one on a Gray who limps away. But I would love to see... I think Swain's really missing like a speed from a Cosmic Drive or a Ghost right now to be able to stick onto these targets.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the Zillion, but it doesn't seem like it's enough. He is getting melted pretty fast. I mean, they do have a lot of % health going on against the Swain. So it's really difficult to see how they can really turn this around.
Well, there's going to be a deciding fight here as Dragon is spawning. Gray having to go back, but I don't think it's going to matter too much with Mao and Zillion also in base. This is for Soul here.
Zillion does have his teleport up, so I'm assuming he's planning on using that. He's probably going to want to use it quickly if he is.
Balls. This is who you want.
Ingrid is all the way in there. She's trying to take down that Lilia. Lilia goes down. Viger is also going down. Swain is surviving. He's a survivor. He's going to be saved by the Lamb's Respite. And he's just sustaining himself back up. Zillion finally shows up to the fight. Yeah, no such thing as dying that time around. And now Zillion's going to teleport back to clear out the wave.
That was the fight that they wanted there. Well played. They were so patient there. They waited to try to find something on one of the high value targets, and I didn't see who landed that opening snare, but they deserve all the credit there for what they were able to accomplish in getting getting third person's Lilia just chunked down right away, and then Jaybird being able to flash and secure the kill was so important to that fight. And then a lot of the damage was just gone.
Yeah,
and
they're going to greed for this Baron now. With Kindred's damage, I think they can get this no problem before Blue gets up.
Yeah, I don't even think Zach is going to try for a drive-by here. It's just theirs because they had such a clean fight. 5 members all still alive. That wins you everything on the map.
Viger might be able to pick somebody off here. No, he's going to give up on that. That is a major turn. I still feel like another team fight where it ends up going in Blue's favor could just turn this back around again. Like, I'm not going to say it's going in Red's favor right now completely. Like, yes, they have a lead right now, but I could see it be very easily turned back around. All right, Afiri, show that old man no mercy. Oh, but Swain said, all right, bad dog, come here. Yeah, now he's got that Riley's Crystal Scepter, so now he's got the stick that you've been talking about.
These team fights are like the zombie horde. It starts with one-on-one, and then and then one person joins, and another person joins, and just like that, it's a 3 for 3 people in the top lane.
Seriously, how many teleports we got? 1, 2, 3 on red side. just one on blue side. So yeah, that was red side being like, hey, let's just use all of our teleport.
Now, red side Orange Otters needs to use their Baron. They earned it, and they need to continue to push for more of a power play here.
Now here comes blue's one teleport. Lilia going to try to defend this top side. That turret's definitely going to be going down to those minions. Not much you can do about it, girly.
Some big item completions now for on both sides, really. The Kindred picking up that last Whisperer, or Lord LDR rather, finishing that, but Kog'Maw on the other side having access to Rage Blade.
Oh yeah, he's got his Ginsus. That's going to be insane now. Oh, gonna get held still. Wind dropping the W, but they couldn't get through that baby cage.
Never move coming up, just missing.
Yeah, if Lilia gets like a 4-man ult popped off, that's gonna be a huge turn. Otherwise, I don't really see anything really turning the fight in blue side's favor.
It looks like even with Baron, Brahms Babes is just not breaking, and Orange Otter's not willing to like push the initiative really. They're just spreading out and gonna collect the farm in the side lanes.
For a turtle.
Yeah. Which is a scary position now with Ornn and Swain showing in the mid lane, or in the side lanes respectively. The mid lane becomes kind of scary.
Lux had her ult up. She should have blown up that Veigar. She had him scared and locked down. That would have been an easy kill. I think she was just too nervous. She wants to keep it up. Oh, point click engage. Oops, Zanya's. She's burning a little bit. The Fury's gonna go for it. She's gonna get that shield back. No problem. Oh, she does die to a burn.
Getting it on the flip side there. But getting two high value targets, Nefari and Kog'Maw for just the Lux is a bargain here. And they're just going to siege down the bot lane rather easily. God,
I'm loving watching this though.
Relentless on friggin'.
Look at these guys. She's just dancing around him. No mercy. That was great, third person.
I back off. I reapply burn. I back off. What are you gonna do about it?
Seriously.
The dance of Lilia.
And she's got the demonic embrace and the Leandre's anguish. So those are a lot of burns. What? Oh. Just walked right over him.
No, nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here at all. Dodges the bowling ball. Blue side looking for the dragon, and there is no answer to it. Blue side's gonna be getting their soul.
I'm not sure how this happened, but that is a gift for Brahms Babes.
Yeah,
to
red side
soul
just
there.
got too distracted by this Lilia.
Yeah, they were in control. That just really.
Oh, down she goes.
Third person. Putting in so much work.
This Lilia is being unkind. Whack. Invulnerable. She's gonna keep burning. Keep on burning. Down goes Kindred. Ooh, she's that juke juke.
Person. Unbelievable.
Insane.
And now with this soul, it's going to really come down to which team is going to get a pick and then take Baron, I feel. It doesn't seem like either team really is wanting to ward up and dance around Baron. Just kind of sitting in the jungle,
waiting to pick off
looking
his
for
horn
something.
here. It's gonna take them a minute to kill that Ornn. And that's the one person they didn't want to try to catch out. If there was anybody else, easy pick. Ornn, not so much. Liger just waiting to try to pick somebody off with the Lilia here, but yeah, it's gonna be Ornn up there, so good luck killing him. Oh, Kog'Maw stuck in there. Exploded. Yeah, I feel like revive there. I feel like the Kog'Maw kind of misstepped a little bit in his placement. He was basically in melee range for that fight. If he was a little bit out of there, he could have definitely taken somebody down with him. But, you know, it happens.
Yeah, Kog'Maw. It's all credit here to the. I think they overstayed their welcome in the bot lane, and they punished appropriately. The question is, can they appropriately punish third person who has to burn his flash?
Seriously, they're like, come here.
Now it's a 1v1, dude. This is the 1v1 you want.
Down she goes. I was nervous there for a second. Like, of all the people to speed up into melee range, you want to summon the Lux? But hey, it worked out. Very good. Go for the Baron here. Yeah,
this is Baron collection here. Should be able to secure this.
And the Fury's like, give me that Lux. Lux is like, no! You can't have our Lux.
Let's see how they decide to use this Baron. They need to make some forward progress on the map. They're up big in gold.
No kidding. It's basically 2 full items ahead at this point. Push, push, push.
Yeah, death timers are just getting so long at this point.
Ooh, it's gonna be a lot of damage on Lux. She's gonna get the revive from the Zillion though if she does go down, which she's not. See the Kog'Maw sounds like fading in the background, just puh, 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 puh.
It was that puzz because he had #1 Lamb's Lux dead to rights, and then saw the Zillion chrono shift and was like, I can't. I'm gonna go back to shooting minions.
Go back to shooting the minions. Oh, he's not gonna be able to get out of there.
Jaybird running a monster
If they
swing.
catch this Lilia, it's gotta be game over.
Third person, you're in so deep.
Not the good kind.
Frosty falls.
Oh, pop. But I think that's gonna pop down her as well. Ornn's in there with the Baron, so is the Swain. If they can just take down one more, that's gotta be game. We've got the teleport from the Zillion.
Strong TP.
Ornn is just basically ignoring the Fury. He's like, I'm just gonna take the objectives. You can't hurt me.
And Hibs gonna fall here. I don't see any pings for anything more. They might be playing it by the book. Take everything first. We still have time. 2 members dead.
Here's the fight! Dominating, all the turrets going down. Looking like it's gonna be a victory for red side. Grabs the Kog'Maw. Ooh, shot down for Kog'Maw. A little extra gold for him. Pad those KDAs. Pad those KDAs. And that is GG.
At the end, but yes, GG. What games? Close most of the way through that. Ornn's Otter's pulling it out without the need of an AD carry. Well played by both teams.
Seriously. Gosh, I was neglecting the chat, guys. I'm so sorry. It says, happy birthday, lad, from Gunny. Houston is so skinny. Pelton says, skinny deer. Gunny says, small city. Coalition of the Moon says, tee skinny legend. Let's see. Gunny Hartman gifted a tier 1 sub to Coalition of the Moon. They've given 57 gift subs in the channel. Holy crap, Gunny. Jeez. Thank you. Coalition says, OMG, Daddy Gunny out here making dreams come true. Gunny says, no ads for my child. Disc says, that was so much fun. Felicia said, you guys played really great. Those were some really solid games. Like, yes, we had predictions, we had ideas of what was going to happen, but it didn't always go how we thought, and the games were very, very back and forth. So I would definitely see these were some solid competitive games. Nothing was like a massive stomp. Gunny says, the cast OP, move them to Ruby.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, next week.
I love that Disc 100 shows up and says, oh, that was so much fun. I mean, started out, what did you call it? 0-6 at one point on the Kindred. And then to come back and put down the most damage in the game, 13-9. Such a problem later in the game. I get why he's excited. What a great comeback.
He says, I don't want to talk about the 0-6. So based on what we're looking at right now and what we just saw, who would you say was the MVP for that game?
I would have to give it to, I'm so partial to Jaybird Swain being so problematic and shutting down the Kog'Maw for a significant portion of the game.
When I'm looking at it, this is one of those situations where, yes, Red Side won, but I would almost give MVP to the Lilia, give it to third person, and untiltable to Spriggan for being absolutely bullied up there.
Definitely. I mean, the third person was a problem for Orange Otters, and if it weren't for just Disc 100 finally like getting back into the game, there wasn't much of an answer.
Yeah, so as far as MVP goes, as far as the winning team MVP goes, we're going to give it to Swain. I'll probably give this like a double MVP where I'm going to give Lilia an MVP as well, because Lilia was carrying that game as hard as her little Lilusi could. Like, she was in there basically, we 1v4ing half the time. She's like, we just need to do the damage. We need to win some fights here, girls. Come on, we can do this. But it's okay, it happens. Red Striker says, Lilia fighting for her life there. Spriggan says, great job, Lilia. Gunny said, what's Sam's background trinkets? It's the highlight of my stream experience. What do you have back there, Sam? I didn't really notice.
Oh, it changes up weekly. Just some little Easter eggs for the cast. I think I've got an NES controller back there as one of them, if you can spot it.
Love that. Let's see. Jaybird says bowling balls of terror. Disc says Lilia was so scary.
It was truly.
Coalition says thanks, Orange.
My favorite was just the third person up on Lilia, just reapplying the demonics and embrace burn over and over, and Orn having no say in the matter and just watching his HP bar tick away so slowly.
Seriously, Coalition of the Moon says, I worked my dear Ussie. The Lilussi, the dear Ussie, all the Ussie. And then we just got a little auto message from our CMSA thing saying, hey gamer, interested in learning more CMSA eSports leagues and events? Join our Discord community of 1,000 members and find out how you can get involved. We have a ton of leagues going on. We've got new leagues coming out all the time. Like, we have the new TFT league that's opening up. We've got this League of Legends league. We've got Fortnite league. We've got the Dead by Daylight league. We have a D&D Beyond, not D&D Beyond, a D&D league coming up soon as well. There are so many things. So if you're watching this, if you aren't already part of the community, or if you are and you haven't heard of these things, definitely check out the announcements or join our Discord. You will see so many things to do. There's something going on basically every single day. They got special events all the time. The volunteer team that we have is always working very hard to put together like different gaming events. So there's always be something to do. So definitely join us for those things. Spriggan, are you still there? Can you see if Spriggan's in his voice chat and see if we can drag him in for a little last minute?
I am unable to see the voice chats.
Let me see if I can see it. Oh, you know what? I think they went away. Spriggan, are you in the... Spriggan, if you can see this, jump into the league voice chat, like the league lobby where Vibros. I'll pull you in real quick. I'm not watching anymore. Is there anything else that we wanted to announce today? Oh, I see Spriggan. I'm gonna pull him in. Hello, Spriggan. How are you?
Welcome, Spriggan.
Hello.
Hello. How'd you feel about the games today?
I feel they were evenly matched. A lot of back and forth there, especially the last one. Actually, yeah, it was really hard.
I was like, this poor Ornn. Like, I know I've seen you play Ornn up in the top lane quite a few times, and I'm like, anytime I've seen you up there, you usually struggle earlier in the game, but I've always watched you scale and usually become an absolute nightmare for the enemy team. So I was like, I'm not worried about him. He's gonna be fine. But this Lilia was relentless against you up there.
2 items that ticks at my health is ridiculous. The Leandries and the Demonic. And I couldn't even move because of the Rylai's.
Seriously, with like Ornn being basically just a giant health stacker, when you've got someone like Lilia who is there to just give you all of your health, max health burn, no bueno. So I get that that was a struggle.
Yeah.
Who were you playing in the second game? Because we gave you MVP. You were playing the Quinn.
Yeah, the Quinn.
Yes, the Quinn that I was reading the house down before we even started the game. I was like, don't do it, and you did it, and you proved me wrong.
Well, I was only able to pop off. Well, I didn't even pop off. I was even. The whole team basically just carried me up until the point where I was able to get my items.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. I was like, I was almost waiting for you to go to like a Runon's Hurricane, because I was like, okay, he's doing like a crap ton of split pushing here. Like, yes, he's building the assassin items and he can still get some picks throughout, and that's great. But what we're seeing is that you're making the big plays in the side lanes by doing the split push. But I don't think you built Runon's. I don't think you really needed it that much. Your wave clear seemed pretty decent. So
yeah, I usually just go lethality on her regardless.
And Spriggan, you mentioned your team a little bit. Can you talk a little bit about what was the team dynamic over the course of these 3 games, or the chemistry that evolved as you played? What was the shot calling like?
I feel like there was the whole team was basically just shout calling, like what we thought was the best thing to do. Because I wanted to go, what was it, bot lane for one of them, but they said for me to go top, which I think was the correct play because it absorbed all that pressure for me to get that tower.
I see.
Yeah, I remember that moment. That was so huge when your team was fighting around Dragon, and even though your team got the steal there and you were top, and it just ended up being such a big swing for your team. That's awesome that your team was able to talk through and communicate. It sounds like everyone definitely passed the vibe check, if nothing else.
That was our jungler that made that call, Cassandra, the Disc 100. Really great call by her.
The Disc 100 was doing really well in these past few games as well. I don't remember who they were playing before this. They were the Bel'Veth, yes, because Bel'Veth was doing amazing. They were a little rocky in the mid game, but then they came back basically in the late game when she was able to really burst some people down. She had some good sustain just because she had stacked so many ults at that point. I don't remember who they were in the first game.
I'm not sure either.
That was so long ago. That was like 3.5 hours ago.
the Talia. That was like our meme kind of game where I went.
There we go.
I was our top and we had a Ashe mid.
Yeah, I was like Ashe mid. Oh my goodness. I was definitely like, that's a choice. But hey,
it was the first game of the season. Might as well, all right?
Yeah, might as well. No, I remember the Talia. Talia was basically like the sub carry because you guys had the Vigar, I believe, that was basically like your guys' main carry that they were focusing down with the Vi dives and the Camille dives.
Yeah.
But Talia was also kind of a problem too, so they had to split it where Camille was going in on Talia and then Vi was going in on Vigar, so there's kind of splitting resources there.
Yeah, exactly. They had like 3 people on me and I didn't know who to like target.
Yeah.
Just went after our carries.
Yeah, they were a little unkind with the dives there. Okay, so that is going to wrap up our stream for today because it is 10:35. We're basically 35 minutes past the time, but those are some long and competitive games today, so it's definitely worth it. Thank you so much for hopping in, Spriggan. Appreciate having you. I'm sure you'll be back here again because I give you MVP like 80% of the time I see your games, to be honest.
Thank you.
Stop being so good at the game, gosh darn it.
I'll try.
Love that. All right, thank you so much for being here for Spriggan. Thank you, Sam, for being here for the stream. We're going to be here next week, same time, for week 2 of the League of Legends Recreational League. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful night.